We are live. Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday night's main event. I know it's a cold opening. We got no intro because YouTube doesn't really like it when we do intros. It doesn't seem like. But hey, we got a lot to talk about. I think that everyone's pretty interested in, hearing what Krista Nova ate. There's really nothing else to talk about. There's no real stories. Yes, Ryan will be here momentarily. Don't worry. We will get our quota covered on toxicity. Don't worry. But we got a lot to talk about. We've got young Ripa here. Have you hit 500,000 subs yet, Ripa?
I don't think so.
You close, man.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
close.
like right there. I don't think I have, but I'm like right there. That's a good.
Ripa's hitting so many milestones he can't even keep up anymore. He's like, look, man, I bought a van.
Left, yeah.
So 490 away.
Yeah, 499,760.
Come on, we're gonna hit that tonight. Chat, let's push to get Ripa to 500,000 subscribers while we got Primetime 99 here. We got My Nerdy Home back from Las Vegas. What's up, My Nerdy Home?
Hello. I had a great time. I'm back home. I'm ready to get back to work, honestly, but I had a hell of a time in Vegas. Meeting everybody, working the table, selling the new Geeks and Gamers merch. It was a great time. It was a great time meeting so many people. So yeah, let's do this.
It was awesome. It was awesome. What's up, Epic Mike?
What's going on, man? Glad to be here. Good, man. It's the first time I've ever met Alex. He seems like a cool dude, so I'm always excited to meet new people and stuff, Ripa, I think, is still mad at me about Mario Kart. I intentionally targeted him the entire night, and he refused to talk to me forever. He ignored my 300 bits that I dropped in his chat and everything.
I didn't even see that.
My favorite part was he was on his phone, and he looks up, and it looks like he looks at the chat and looks back down. I was like, damn. I think
it's fair. I think it's fair to say Ripa fell off on Mario Kart. He's falling off, bro. It's over. Man. He fell off, man. He fell off. It's over.
Hey, he got that money. He's like, I don't got time for this no more.
Everybody was like, oh, Ripa dominating Mario Kart. He's got millions, dominate comics, 500,000. No, he can't handle it all. He fell off on Mario Kart. And losers like me, that's all I got. So I'm gonna take it. I'm better at Mario Kart than Ripa. I took it back. So we got Krista Nova. Hello, Krista.
Hi, I want to give a special shout out to someone who, doesn't really get that many shout outs. Drunk 3PO. Tomorrow is his birthday, so I want to see a lot of Canadian bear emojis in chat, please.
There we go. All right,
he needs all the support he can get,
and he will be joining us. He will be joining us a little bit later. And I just saw Ryan in the chat saying, "I'm speeding home right now." Trust me, with prime time here, I know Ryan's like, really, he's like, God damn it, I want to be there so bad. So Ryan's never late. Yeah. He's never late.
Be safe, Ryan. Be safe. Yeah. Do not get in an accident. I will be here for a while. We're fine. Take your time.
And we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Primetime 99, Alex Stein. How are you doing, my friend? There's the applause right there.
Please, no applause. Hold the applause. No applause necessary. For what's happening in this world today, I would have never thought that I would be the villain in Dave Portnoy's autobiography because he just wrote his autobiography earlier. He just had a mission statement about how everybody is attacking him. When in reality, if you would have ever told me earlier this week, last month, I would be feuding with Dave Portnoy on the internet, I would have said, oh, yeah, you're crazy. Like Eric says, you're smoking crack. But that's the real reality that we're in right now. I'm feuding with the owner and El Presidente versus Primetime 99 live in 4K. And I'm not even trying to pat myself on the back. I don't even think it's winning. But I'll be honest, I may not be winning. He's definitely not winning. He's definitely taking the L.
Well, as I called you last night as soon as this went down, Alex, I've been a fan of Dave and Barstool for a long time, and I'll remain one. But I'll also be critical as hell. And he has taken a big fat L right now. And I've been following this guy for a long time. I respect what he's done. I've tried to take a lot of what he's done with Barstool and apply that to what I'm doing with Geeks and Gamers, and I've always been complimentary of that. I remember when we were in Vegas, when we did the show at John Bartolo's studio, I had a Barstool hat on, and the entire chat was like, Jeremy sold out the Barstool with the, because, I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm a fan. As a matter of fact, Krista, pull up that tweet that I was telling that I sent you earlier, just to kind of put this in perspective as we kind of get rolling on this topic, because it's important for Dave to, like Dave keeps saying the people that are defending Alex are simply just right wingers that or had their cocks in it, or had my cock in their mouths.
Real quick, Jamie, why does he always say that? Why is he always talking about his penis in people's mouths? He said that like 6 different times. That's very weird that he's trying
to come out really subtly, but he doesn't want to do it.
I mean, seriously, but it's just weird. He's just like, oh, he has my dick in his mouth. He has my dick in his mouth. It's like that's his whole thing, and then he calls everybody fat. I'm like, what? Yeah. Okay, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. And so right here is a tweet. Now, this was his abortion video that got him in so much hot water from so many of the conservative audience. Whatever. I said, I don't agree with Stool Presidente on this particular topic, but this is why I'm a fan. He's 100% real. The same right wingers that praised him, celebrated him for years, and now trashing him. They're proving his overall point about the right and the left. I stand by that. Yeah. You took a fucking fat L, though. You can stop sharing now, Chris. I just want to make that point. You took a massive L in this situation. What happened is, and I told this to Alex on the phone when I called him last night. We're talking. I said, look, on a much smaller scale, I get everybody coming at me about, when Geeks and Gamers tweet something or when someone writes something, it all gets blamed on me. They think I do every fucking thing. And so from Dave's perspective, they took the tweet down for whatever reason. I still think it's kind of weak sauce as their reasoning for wanting to take the tweet down, but whatever. They have their reasoning. And then he decided, I'm going to come at this guy. Talking about you, when you came at him, he had no idea who he was fucking with, though. He had no idea. And that's what happened. So tell us your perspective on this, Alex, and we'll get further into it.
Well, just kind of a long story short, I had actually tweeted something about, I had a mutual friend, Mincy, that I've known for a long time. I mean, he's not really a close friend, a guy that, I've known. But I tweeted something around the Super Bowl talking about how the Bengals were going to the Super Bowl and how I was really on a bad luck streak, but they started winning, and then I was like all happy because now I started to make my money back, kind of like a degenerate gambler story. And they shared that, Barstool did in February. And then after an hour, they took it down, and I'm like, why the heck did they take it down? And I text my friend, he's like, oh, they it's it's a gambling joke. But it didn't even make sense. It wasn't even that serious of a gambling joke in my opinion. But I just didn't tweet anything. I was like, oh, whatever, just not even worrying about it. Then fast forward 7 months, I post that video where I'm in Vegas and I talk about getting overserved and how I lost a bunch of money. Then it goes semi-viral, like Chad Ochocinco tweets it, a bunch of blue check marks tweets it, and then they tweet it. And then I see it up. People tag me in it. I'm laughing. I think it's kind of funny that they posted it. And then about after an hour, maybe a little less than an hour, they delete it. And then I simply just basically said, hey, look, Barstool Sports is very cute. The Barstool Sports has, their president is accused of the most heinous accusations, yet they're afraid to keep my content up. And what I was trying to say is, and he talked about this on his podcast, and we can pull it up. We don't even have to. It's either or. But my point being is I sent him a text message. I wasn't even really trying to take a dig at him. I was more just trying to bring awareness that, hey, he has some bad accusations. They probably have some sort of bad accusations against me that I'm some far right, proud boy. And I wasn't even really, I didn't say sexual assault. I didn't say what the allegations were. I just kind of insinuated that there's allegations against him. And he lost it. He said that he hates me, literally said that he hates me and that he's rooting for my demise. And then on top of that, Dan Crenshaw, Eye Patch McCain, he retweeted it. So, it just, and Dan Crenshaw is universally loathed right now. Nobody likes Dan Crenshaw. Nobody. So if he's on your side, then you're on the side of the enemy. And he just didn't expect an army of autistic people that I have that are supporters to go after him. And this is the other thing is, this happens all the time with these politicians, whether it's AOC, whether it's Dan Crenshaw. These people have the thinnest skin. And I'm not saying I have some thick skin. I don't like being made fun of. But these people that are in these, high positions of power, they should be able to take it. They don't have any other choice. The bigger you get, the more haters that you're going to have that come after you. But in reality, these people, they live in a vacuum. Nobody ever calls them out. And when somebody does, they can't take it. And I think Dave Portnoy is an exact example of he should have just ignored me. But instead, he got in the mud with a pig like myself, a literal professional troll. And he's not doing himself any favors. As a matter of fact, he keeps doubling down like an addicted gambler, trying to catch up. And, like I said, he's just stacking L upon L upon L.
You're 100% right on that. And, as someone that's followed him for so long and really really do appreciate what Barstool has done. Clearly, they're in the corporate world now, and this is something that Ripa has faced this question so much with the success of the Ripaverse. And by the way, congrats to him, 40,000 sales, not 40,000, right? That you
40,000 total purchases, yeah.
And
wow, congrats.
Yeah, and so you're up to over $3.5 million now, and the question that you keep getting is, what happens if somebody wants to buy? What do you always say?
I say, fuck no. There's no price that they could name that I would be like, yeah, I don't care if it was $1 billion. It's like, because I mean, a lot of it's about business. I look at it like, if someone's willing to offer me that money, they see a way that they can make that. So I need to be I'm like, oh, thanks for the offer. Fuck no. But let me see what are you looking at? Because obviously you may see some that I don't see, in which I can make some money, but I just wouldn't do that. Like, it's just not worth it at all, because then it comes with a set of constraints and all that. And definitely when you're something like, the reason why stuff like that is touchy, like, because Barstool, for example, their whole shtick is, hey, we're kind of not like the other guys type of shit. Like, that was what kind of popped them off. So what happens is, if you end up selling that asset off, and then some other guy who maybe doesn't get it, or groups of guys that maybe doesn't get it, it makes you even come off like a fraud in the event that you participated in trying to grow this brand that was supposed to be, no matter how big it gets, detached from what the other fucking guys are doing. And then you get much of what maybe, I don't know what direction they're going to go in, but it's starting to sound like, hey, you're getting much of the same old other bullshit that you get from the fucking other guys. And like, it's just not that makes then everybody's questioning, like, okay, this is a get rich quick scheme for you. You really didn't believe any of that shit you were maybe talking about.
Yeah. And that's where we're at with it, is like, again, do what you want. Again, I understand you trying to build something that they wanted to compete with ESPN, and guess what? In a lot of ways, they have embarrassed ESPN. Yeah. Barstool has embarrassed ESPN in the last 5 years in terms of ESPN's trying to be like them in a lot of ways, even though they can't really seem to get out of their own way with the network. But like the social media, they have completely tried to rip off Barstool. But when it gets to something like this, Dave is starting to sound like the people that were complaining about Dave 5, 6, 7 years ago. Now, Dave complaining about Alex, that's exactly what he sounds like. He's like, oh, he's a far right person. He's mean. He does mean things in public. And look at what he did with those Steins and all. I'm like, oh my God, Dave, what the fuck? And it's like, I feel like he's, again, when you brag about, I'm going to sleep comfortably on my 500 million. That's not the own you think it is. Quartering said it best. He thinks that Dave has lost connection with the stoolies, that's what Barstool fans are. They're stoolies. They're everyday people. They're everyday people like all of us. The reason we go to meetups, which by the way, Alex Stein showed up to, and he had a blast, and we don't charge anybody. Yeah,
it was insane. Oh my gosh. And that's the other thing I was talking to you about last night. And you called it that he would have me on his podcast, but of course he backed out. But back to Vegas, I mean, the support was insane. When I first walked in, there was like no room to even move around. Luckily, after an hour or two, people kind of started going outside and you could walk around. But the support was insane. It was a great meetup. I was really blown away because I expected it to be busy, but it was. Dude, I didn't have a free second at that party, so I can't imagine what you guys were doing.
And that's what we try to, again, we know we've all seen our success in our own different directions and different places, but when we go out there and hang out with people like that for free and no structure, there's no like, hey, you can't go talk to young Ripa unless you have a ticket. That's why Ripa had to stand there for 4 fucking hours in Dallas when I oversold the hell out of him coming in. I pulled a whole Jim Ross on him and everything when he walked in. And I did the same thing in Houston. But yeah, so the point is losing that kind of everyday good old boy feel. And that's where I think Dave is he's so successful now. He's so rich now that he has become the very thing that Barstool stood against. And that's my problem with a lot of this, is that there's video out there of him saying horrifically offensive things by 2022 standards. Do I find it offensive? No. But the worst thing you can find on Alex Stein is that he trolled some people, some protesters. That's the worst thing. Like, come on.
Well, and Jeremy, it's not even a really competition of who's done the worst thing, because I don't even want to bring up, dirt and try to out of context stuff. Like I said, everybody's got some sort of skeletons. It's kind of like, show me what you're doing right now. And what he's doing right now is in those private messages, he's like, oh, well, I said, you're getting humiliated. He's like, well, I'll sleep gently on my $500 million. I didn't even post it. Then he screenshots and posts that. So it just shows you, in an economy where everybody's struggling right now with inflation, other than Eric, everybody else is struggling right now, can barely pay their bills. These moms can't even afford to fill up their minivan, and this guy is really disconnected from the American male, the middle class, the stoolies. And I think that is what's so glaring about this, is his disconnection from his own fan base. But once you sell out, dude, he has no motivation to actually make a good company, because he doesn't necessarily own it anymore. He's just kind of phoning it in. And that's why people are realizing, oh man, he's so ingenuine. And let's put it this way. He has a hot girlfriend that's way out of his league, that's only with him. He's not a very tall guy. He's not like some strapping guy. And she's with him because he's got $500 million. If he didn't have that, he wouldn't be with her. So he's probably stressed out constantly that she's going to leave him if he loses any money. And he's being sued for a cryptocurrency scam. And on top of that, owning a gambling app. I don't care what you say. I'm not the moral police, because I think he says something about that. I'm not even necessarily against gambling, but gambling is inherently bad. The casino has the edge. So you're taking advantage of people, whether you want to admit that or not. So at night, he does have to feel kind of like Biff Tannen in Back to the Future a little bit. I mean, that's just how it is, whether you want to admit that or not. That's just the parts of owning a casino. It's not a glamorous business. As a matter of fact, it's a pretty seedy, crappy business that was created, basically made famous by the mob. So he's basically like a legal mobster, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, he's opened himself up to so much with one simple response. Like you said, all he had to really do was ignore you. You are a self-described professional troll. That's what you are.
You should have blocked me. Yeah, why didn't he block? I'm still confused why I'm not blocked. I guess it's all a urine contest, a pissing match with this guy. And it doesn't need to be. Like he said, he's got all this money. Even one of his tweets too, I get shared. He's like, I think you're underestimating how great my life is. I'm like, dude, first of all, this isn't a life competition, and my life's not even that great. I'm not going around, man. I got a lot of struggles. I look in the mirror. I have a lot of insecurities. I would never look at anybody and say, oh, my life is perfect. But when somebody says that their life is so great or their life is perfect, I think that is a huge red flag, and that they're obfuscating from the truth that their life isn't as perfect as they want it to appear.
Well, there's a comment here, and so this was today when they responded, where Dave responded, but there's a comment here that I think stands out. And it says it. The fact that Dave will debate Midas Touch and not Alex Stein tells you everything you need to know about his confidence in his position. Midas Touch is a far left-wing group, and he debated them. And honestly, he owned them. He destroyed them. And it was beautiful.
Did he have Midas Touch on? Did he have him on his podcast? Because I really don't like those people.
I don't know if he had him on his show or if they appeared on. If he appeared on there, I can't remember. But yeah, I thought that was a great point. Now he does say in here that he's not interested in having far left or right people on his show. But he's basically said, I don't ever want to even speak to Alex Stein because he's toxic and all of this stuff. So yeah, so. Let's listen to a little bit of what he has to say, and Ryan will be here soon. By the way, Chad, if you're curious,
media is literally posting videos without watching the entire thing. So everybody at Barstool knows pretty much the number one rule we have right now is do not make fun of problem gambling and stuff like that. Makes sense. We're owned by a gambling company. Much like if you work for Coors Light or High Noon or something like that, you probably don't want to make fun of like Alcoholics Anonymous, right? It's like, you just don't do it. We've had trainings on it. Dukes has been suspended for it. It's just don't do it. So I'm minding my own
today.
What?
I think we have a training today, actually.
We do. So I'm minding my own business. It's
I made them have a company training.
What I was doing.
What's that?
Yeah, he said they're having a training because of that tweet. Now they have to have a company training. They're having an all hands on deck meeting, all because of me.
And if he would have just ignored it, taken the tweet down, ignored it, and just internally handled it, this would be a much smaller problem. Look, transparency, okay? I'm not going to say what, but there's been a few tweets that the Geeks and Gamers account has made And everything is relative. So I'm not going to sit there and say that, you know, anything that I deal with is on the level that anything Dave deals with, but it's all relative. So anything I deal with, it's enough stress for me to deal with in my own world, just as the stress that he deals with is enough stress for his own world. So it's all relative. I have never made them public, and I haven't deleted the tweets. I've just like internally been like, let's not do that again. But, you know, I didn't delete it, just like the whole thing with the Prey review. You know, we didn't edit it. I was just like, all right, let's probably not use that word again because it's causing us so much grief, but let's not, you know, delete it or edit or anything like that. So he's brought all of this on himself. And I just feel like Dave is used to destroying people on social media. And he found out real quick, this is not someone I should have messed with. That's
well, that I have a small following, you know, like I said, I mean, I'm not just a nobody with, you know, 500 Twitter followers. And I think that was the big realization is that, oh, wait, this guy, I mean, I'm not as big as Dave Portnoy, but I do have some supporters. And I think you're right. That really kind of shocked him. He expected to ratio me and crush me and send the army of Twitteristas after me. And that's the opposite of what happened.
I mentioned to Jeremy, I was like, this is a guy that went before like a city council dressed as a transgender swimmer. And you thought the best thing to do, the best course of action was to go, look at all my money that I have. I'm better than you. And the guy's like, why would you think that that's where you start to lead with this conversation? Like, I mean, the fact that he kept having to like tweet about, oh, it was an easy knockout. It was an easy knockout. I'm like, nobody has to say that. Like, it speaks for itself. If you were that confident, like that's like being a fighter, winning a fight and going, yeah, I got it. It was a clean fight. It was a super good fight, man. I'm so glad. I'm so good at what I did. It's like, you know, listen, man, it speaks for itself. And the fact that you're getting so many shots taken at you all over Twitter tells me that you did not make a good decision here. And instead of just backing down, you had to double down on it and continue to show how out of touch you are.
If he would have had a conversation with Alex, I felt very confident it would have ended up in a decent place if he wasn't going into it with a pre-bias approach. But because I watched that like a couple months ago, there was a person that wrote an article about Dave, and it was his pizza reviews, and they were trying to like paint him in a negative light. Like they were painting him as like this guy. They were taking like the worst things about Dave and putting that in the headline. And so Dave brought the writer on and he was talking to her about it. And he was like, why would you paint me in that light? Why would you do that? Like, why, when I've done all of these other good things, but you painted me in the negative light? And the writer said, Dave, you run Barstool. We operate on clickbaity headlines. I need to get attention on my article. And Dave goes, I hate that I respect that answer, but I really respect that answer. And he dropped his whole kind of like, you know, attitude towards it. Cause he's like, I respect what she just said. Cause she's being I guarantee you if him and Alex would have had a conversation, he probably would have walked away from it, but that's neither here nor there. We'll continue.
Yeah,
exactly. And Gaz texted me. He's like, what do you think of this video? Should I delete it or keep it up? And I looked at it real quick and it's some guy, I don't know. It's like a skit or something. And he's talking about Vegas. And basically like, oh, Vegas, they lure you in, I think, with cheap flights and cheap alcohol and get you to lose your mind, whatever. I had to literally watch it for less than 2 seconds. I'm like, yeah, no, delete. Shouldn't be posted. And Paul's like, don't worry, I already deleted. I took care of it. Fine. Then I'm just minding my own business. And the kid
he calls you a
posted
kid.
It has tagged me in a tweet.
That's an automatic, like he's automatically being disrespectful already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, who cares?
The kid, the kid.
And he's got like, I don't know, 250,000 followers, like 250,000 followers. And he basically says, it's kind of ironic that Barstool Sports and Stool Presidente would like take this video down when he's been accused of all these heinous crimes, but they can't keep this joke up. And that set me off because it's like, all right, it had absolutely that there's just two irrelevant things. We have that rule. You can't make the problem gambling jokes. What that has to do with the accusations.
How are you supposed to know that prior to that? You know what I mean? Like, are you supposed to know the Barstool social media rules? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
and even on top of that, though, I said heinous accusations. I didn't even say they were true. He knows that he has these accusations. These accusations, every single person knows. If you know Dave Portnoy,
he's
been
addressed
accused of
them.
this.
Yeah, he's addressed them.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not even saying that he's guilty of it. I didn't even say that he did this. I was just kind of bringing up that, it's a little edgy. You can have this guy that owns a company has a very edgy background, but I'm too edgy. That's the point I was trying to make. I wasn't even trying to say that he's guilty of these accusations. There's 3 sides to every story: his side, the girl's side, and the truth. So listen, I know it's a very gray area. So I wasn't even trying to say, oh, he did this. I just said they're heinous accusations, trying to bring light to the kind of the hypocrisy of them saying, oh, well, they can platform him, but they can't platform me.
Exactly. And I totally see that point. I spend a lot of time pointing out hypocrisy. And that's really my only problem with a lot of stuff that goes on is the hypocrisy and things. And so I like to point out like the far left hypocrisy, the far right hypocrisy, and just showing that aspect of it. And I don't know why that's so hard for him to grasp, because we're not going to listen to this whole thing, but later on, as he gets into it, he's like, I don't understand what point he's trying to make. That doesn't make sense about how he says this. I think you've seen all this, right, Alex? It only came out like an hour before the show. So
yeah, I watched it on 2 times speed.
I'll say
that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, you should watch it on like 1.5.
Let's see. Let me
go to settings right there to the left.
Yep, right here. Let's go to 1.5. We'll speed you up there, Dave.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no comparison. So I start getting, I'll go guess, who the fuck posted this? Who the fuck posted this? He's like, I did. So what do you mean? And then he hit me with, I didn't watch it. Then he's like, yeah, something about like when you play a video, sometimes it starts like 15 seconds after.
So I had it open on my laptop and I was actually rewatching Thrones, and then it was playing and I had seen it earlier in the day. Like it was going viral. And so Ocho Cinco reposted it and I clicked play on it and I'm like, oh, this guy's trolling council, kind of like Chad Goes Deep used to do in LA. And it was just very funny. Posted it. Within 2 minutes, I went back to it, started rewatching it again, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like my first instinct, text Dave and Penn, like, "Is this bad?" And then before I could do anything, Chuck texted me, and then it was down. It was within 5 minutes, it was all gone. No harm, no foul. Dumb, stupid, can't do that. Bad example. I'm going to be probably post.
You got to watch the videos.
Exactly.
Let's watch the videos before we post them.
100%. It's day one.
And by the way, Dave does have an open invite to join us. So, if you guys want to tag him on Twitter under our under the main event tweet, Krista Nova, you can send her a message and she will bring you on, Dave. You have an open floor. It's not a gotcha. Again, I'm pretty much a big fan historically, even though I'll say you took a big fat fucking L on this one. Massive L. But if Krista and Steph are too scary, I don't want to put Dave in a tough situation. So,
and I promise to be nice. If you hear this, I'm going to be very respectful and nice. I don't have any real issues with you. As a matter of fact, I'm thankful for Dave. He's got me a lot of new Twitter followers and a lot of clout that I didn't expect to get. So I'm very grateful to him.
I had to send the invite out before Ryan gets here.
One of my favorite tweet responses on one of his posts was somebody's like, I didn't even know who Alex was, but I'm going to follow him now. So cool.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah. And the memes. The memes are the best part.
Gosh,
everybody's memeing him to death. It's insane.
He got the Jack Murphy beard already. Yeah.
Did you see the Lofty's intro for the quarterings video?
Holy
shit. We'll show that one here in a minute.
Poster child of idiotic move for social. I talk about it all the time. It's like, you can't do it. So it goes down. And then what? Like you said, it was like probably 35 minutes had passed. But even Penn responded. And he was, like, we've asked about this video before.
All right, Ryan is here. Oh, I bet you're like antsy to get in here and talk, aren't you?
Yeah, man, I cannot believe this. We have witnessed the destruction of Dave Portnoy in front of our very eyes. The president has been impeached. Alex Stein is taking
It's a controlled
over.
demolition of Barstool Sports by yours truly.
Oh, man. It was so funny to see that last night. Like, Steph just holds over the phone and is like, hey, look at this. And I look, I'm like, is Dave Portnoy really talking about Alex Stein right now? And it's like, man, somehow you always end up winning, Alex. You ratioed him, I don't know how many times. Everybody else ratioed him. And listen, this is Dave Portnoy. I don't know exactly what you guys have been talking about the past like 10 minutes or so, but like Dave Portnoy is who he is because of the amount of times he's put his foot in his mouth and he said stupid shit. And he's come out with this like fake machismo bravado and like refusing to admit when he's wrong, right? But this time he is really, really wrong on this one. And you're not just some random dude, so it's not working out too well for him.
I'm gonna share Lofty's intro real quick. This is a master.
This is hilarious.
Ryan, have you seen this?
I made an appearance in it, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah.
You did. Here we go.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
So shout out to Lofty. Shout out to Lofty Pixels and the quartering. So you guys got to watch the quarterings video after this.
From the beginning, it's so great.
Yeah, here we go.
Roman kind of looking style looks pretty good right there.
You look very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Ta like a tamale.
How's he pulling that? Is it hooked? Listen, I rarely get left speechless. I was left speechless by that guy. Run.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Run.
AOC, my favorite big booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite. She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful. You look very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina. I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC. Look how sexy she looks in that dress. Everybody give it up for Alex.
Run.
Oh, brought back everything. God damn.
Lofty did a great
Lofty
job with
went
this.
hard in the paint on this one.
I know. It's epic. How much over? There we go. Another. Ryan is filming that. Yours next slice.
Wow.
Dude. Oh my God. So that was crazy. But so the whole thing here is, and I'll get back to this here in just a minute. But so Dave has got some kickback there. All right, we got it. Okay. Yeah, Dave has really, I don't know if he's going to stop. Like, I know he said, like, I'm never going to speak of him again, but he obviously had to talk about you today on his show. And I'm not sure. Ryan, I want your thoughts on this. I haven't talked to you much. So what do you think about this whole thing?
I was really surprised that he didn't have you on the podcast. I thought, like, when I found out that like that offer was out there, it's funny because I was busy in Phoenix doing some stuff yesterday, and I wanted to tweet out, "Hey, at Dave Portnoy, the only way to resolve this is to have at Alex Stein in your podcast." That's what I wanted to say. And then like all the DMs leaks showing that it was maybe going to happen, then it wasn't. I really thought he was, because it just seems like such a win-win to like get all that attention, then have you on the podcast, and then come to a resolution, because I think that's probably what would have happened.
100%. I would have been respectful and tried to resolve it. 1000%.
And he would have I think if you would have gone on there and spoken to him just like you always fucking speak when you're on streams and everything, and people realize why you're doing these things, he would totally respect it. Like, this is a motherfucker who sat in Roger Goodell's office and fucking refused to leave to get arrested over Tom Brady getting suspended from the NFL, right? This is a dude who tries to get attention for this bullshit. And in his one fucking phone call from the police station, it wasn't to a lawyer, it wasn't to his parents, it was to the guy to start selling the t-shirts, right? That's who Dave Portnoy is. So I think he would totally get what you're doing if he actually talked to you. The fact that he's too much of a pussy to do so is pretty lame.
No, you're right. He's scared to platform me, yet he'll go on Midas Touch. But Jeremy said it best. They actually had one of their best business days is when that somebody sent an email to a company-wide email, but excluded Dave and tried to get them to unionize. And then Dave said something, I guess, sarcastically, like, if you guys, respond to this email, you're all fired. And then AOC said, oh, Dave Portnoy is a union buster. And he had beef with AOC. If you search my name, that's the first thing that comes up. Alex Stein sexually harasses AOC. So we really kind of have a common enemy with AOC. But of course, course, he just, he can't. It would have pumped him up too, because it would have brought up that old beef with AOC. It would have given, not that he needs a boost from me, but it would have just been funny. There's like levels to this humor where it's not just surface. Like, we do have beefs with the same people. I'm sure we could have come together and agreed that, obviously we have different political viewpoints, but I don't hate somebody. He thinks I hate somebody. He'll talk about this because they have a different viewpoint. I don't. I'm literally just, he gets so mad because I talk about, I knocked down some girls' signs at an abortion protest. Just, he doth protest too much. He's just looking for something to hate me for. It's not even very serious at all, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, what's funny is that he's found himself in this kind of group of internet people that meme the hell out of people when they get into controversy with us. That's Dave hired someone to do that for people he was beefing with.
Yeah,
he literally has a guy. Whenever he's beefing with someone on Twitter, he tags him and he's like, attack. I think it's Vindog or something like that. He hired a meme guy to meme his enemies into oblivion, and now that's what what's happening to him. It's so funny how this is all playing out, and I truly can't believe I'm talking to someone that's in the middle of beefing with him that's absolutely just cucked him in the past 24 hours, and that's exactly what Alex has done. So let's listen to a little more of this. I don't want to listen to all of it, but let's listen to a little bit more of this, and I'll fast forward a little bit. Here we go.
Self-sabotage internally, but I don't want to. There's people that follow him and quote tweeted it and retweeted it and replied to it and adding. So that was the problem. Like, someone from Barstool tweeted it.
Oh, but they weren't like they took it down.
No, they just like,
they were just like,
it's Mincy, because he said Mincy's friends. All right, so Mincy's, get him in here. I'm gonna fucking scream at Mincy just to rattle his cage. So okay, his first response is, which I thought was like strange, was like, "Do you wish I was aborted? I bet you wish he was aborted." That's a highly political. Like, when I'm mad at you,
whenever you want me to pause, Alex, just say if you want to respond.
No, yeah, we'll keep going, and then we can
making no sense. Calling us pussies when it has nothing to do with that. Do you wish I was aborted? Is like a pretty weird thing to respond. It's like, huh. And then he's the Breitbart, and Eddie, then you show me like this old video you send me, and this guy, I don't listen. Like, people know I'm pro-choice, but this guy is a cock. He's making a video. There's girls like protesting pro-choice, excuse me, and we'll put in the clip.
You are a baby murderer. You know that. Whether you want to admit it or not, you guys murder babies. You're disgusting. Look, you're playing cards. Look at this. Look how pathetic these signs are. It's disgusting. I mean, look how disgusting this is. I want to murder babies. This is pathetic. You guys are losers. These are pathetic losers. These are baby murderers. I'm not touching you. These people are baby murderers. This is pathetic. This is the world we live in. These little kids in here.
The way he knocks it over casually with his finger.
I want to clarify, because Dave later on this video says anybody that finds that funny is a piece of shit. I find that extremely funny. Just want to clarify that. I find that extremely funny.
Yeah. And it's so harmless. I'm just knocking down their little signs that they put up in the Capitol, and they're both 18, even though that's basically a kid. I get their age in the video, but my point being is, like, I'm doing like the most innocuous thing, just knocking their signs down very casually, because it's kind of, I'm trolling them in a very polite way, in my opinion. And watch his reaction.
Yeah, he gets really mad.
Protest. They want to kill little kids. It's pathetic.
And again, I said I don't care like, people can disagree on politics in America. That's a fact. This guy going up to what looks like 16, 18-year-old girls who are, by the way, protesting and like just sitting there minding their own business, being like, you guys are baby killers, murderers, taking their signs and just throwing them. He came across as the most self-entitled douchebag. He came across what all the left who hates me, the extreme left, who they think I am. Some like fucking snotty, like fratty. And by the way, there's good frat guys, bad guys, but that's the image this guy.
Did you see how quick he changed his tune when he was saying frat as a negative thing? He immediately was like, oh yeah, wait, no, fratty's good, fratty's good. Yeah,
because that's his base. Yeah. That's his base. That's what they built Barstool off of, was frat boy.
It'd be okay if you made rape jokes, Alex. That would be totally fine, right? But not gently knocking over a sign. That's
in the center of the Texas State Capitol. They're doing a sit-in. It's really annoying. Like, you can't even walk. Like, obviously it wasn't that many people, but when that room is full, it actually is a big deal, because you can't walk through the Capitol in the state of Texas. So listen, those people were being a nuisance, for whatever you want to say. It's like, I'm being the nuisance. They're the ones sitting there being annoying as crap, just doing a sit-in with their stupid signs. So.
Well, I mean, like, so it's if you're passionate about something, then you're going to go out there and you're going to speak your mind on it. Okay. So I think it's a very respectable thing to be passionate about that particular topic. So Alex goes out there and he does his thing. Dave, on the other hand, is passionate about football. Hey, I like football too. Dave seems to think that it's okay to be passionate enough about football so you can go and get arrested while doing a stand-in the NFL commissioner's office. Literally got arrested for that. That's okay for football because Dave believes that's important, which I believe is important too. This is why we have a sports channel called Sports Wars. But the point is, Alex seems to think that that topic is important enough to go out and speak his mind and make his voice be heard. What's the problem? There's no difference in that in terms of passion and passion. It's just that Dave's being a moral superiority now and go, oh, he's being mean. Yeah, you've got a lot of clips of you being mean by the standard of 2022 also, Dave. It's insane that he's taking this Karen position. It's insane.
Yeah. I find it really funny too that he's like, well, this guy's obviously like entitled while he sits on his podcast talking about the guy that got mad at, like, called him out on Twitter. Like, he didn't have to even do that, but he's like looking for things to be like, look at how bad of a guy this guy is. Look how like terrible he is. He's so entitled, and look at that because he yelled at people out of Capitol. Like,
he calls him entitled while also saying that he sleeps well on his $500 million.
Yeah, and then called it fratting. He's like, well, I mean, you know, like, so yeah, it's just
actually Friday's good. Friday's good. Yeah, it changes. You know.
I do agree with when you guys were talking earlier what Quartering said about kind of Dave, you know, losing touch with their like core fan base with the Stooley fan base, because to me, this is something that like 6 years ago, Dave Portnoy would have been fucking laughing at. Like they would have been talking about this on the rundown. They would have been promoting it.
That's why I brought up Rip-A-Verse and everything, because Rip has put himself on, like, he's put a bullseye on him if he ever does sell now, because he's got so many clips out there. And I love what you said. I literally
ruined my career if I did that.
Yeah. I love what you said to Glenn Beck. And you kind of reiterated it earlier in the stream, but what you said to Glenn Beck about if Disney was to offer you whatever, you know, $500 million or $1 billion, your answer was, what did you say specifically?
Yeah, I was saying that, you know, it would be a fuck no. I mean, I didn't say that on Glenn's stream, but I said something to that likes, but mainly because if they see that, if they're willing to give me that money, then they see it for it being worth much more, or they're being able to bring in, or maybe it'll bring in by default them more money. That's the only way they would do something like that. So it doesn't matter who the company is. Like, you don't buy something or purchase something for X amount of dollars to unless you have a plan certainly there. So for me, like, it's a fuck no, just from a business standpoint, but also like, I don't know. I get it. There's a lot of folks. This is why you hear about athletes blowing their fucking money and shit, because it's like, hey, you get guys that have come from fucking nothing, and when they get an offer for you know, a large amount of money that they've never seen, they are so, they'll sign whatever, they'll do fucking whatever, and then they'll blow the shit, you know what I mean? And it's like whatever morals, values, that all that shit goes out the window. But I'm legitimately like not built like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's just not how I am, you know. Like, we've made a couple $1 million, I'm still the same motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like, Sarah jokes every time I'm on the fucking show, like, oh, he's still coming here because, you know, now he's got all these millions of dollars and he's still fucking coming to the show. And it's like,
this loser still shows up to Mario Kart every fucking week. Okay. So he ain't changed.
Well, and to Eric's point, I want to say something. I grew up in a wealthy neighborhood, and I had people commit suicide like crazy in every grade that I was in. I know some of the richest people are the saddest, most depressed. Yeah. So money doesn't solve any problems whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it can kind of create more problems. You know, Biggie Smalls said it best: more money, more problems.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
100%. Like, that's what a lot of people do. They allow it to fuck them. Like, and that's why so many folks, if the dollar amount's high enough, they'll do fucking whatever. And like I said, I'm just not like that. Like, definitely when I'm in a place, I've been in a place of comfort for a little bit. Of course, I want to make as fucking much money as I possibly can. Certainly while I have a life to live, I want to build generational wealth. But not if it means like literally saying fuck whatever I've said, and going back on that, you know what I mean, for the sake of, hey, oh well, now I got $50 million or whatever, so fuck y'all, I can do what I want, which I could, but that's just not, I'm not wired that way, so it'll never happen. So they could sit up there and give me that money, and then I can end up maybe in like a situation like here, which I don't see how I could ever do that anyway. You know, like, he's in an odd position where something that he founded and had a lot of you know, saying it becoming what it is, he's still under the umbrella, but he doesn't own it. You know what I mean? And he admits it in that clip where he's like, well, because we're owned by this gambling company. That's like, to me, that's fucking. I don't think I could physically do that. Like I literally could not. Like, hey, yeah, this thing that's named after my fucking name, some gas station owns it or some shit, and they're like, and I just work here now. Like
some Saudi Arabian prince.
Yeah, owns the shit, owns the Rippaverse. Like, and I could not do that. Like that'd be impossible for me.
Well, and then
I kind of like their views on women, so I'd be all right with it.
But imagine too, then they tell you like, oh, you know, a gas station buys Rippaverse, and they say, don't talk about electric cars because that messes with our bottom line. So he's like, well, we can't share that because you know, obviously it discourages gambling. I'm like, well, the guy watched the video, said it was funny, and he goes, oh shoot, I can't share that because I'm like, well, it was a joke. That was the whole point. It wasn't, you know.
Yeah. Imagine if Portnoy actually knew that Alex had like 5 cats.
Kitty.
Yeah, if he knew how many cats that I have the pussy palace over here. Look at this cat control. You guys, nobody has this kind of a control. I can dominate this cat. This is the pure trust. A lot of people don't have this trust level with their cats, but me, I do.
Legs. Stretch.
Yeah, the face of a far right wing toxic
extremist, proud boy.
Holding up his cat.
The pussy palace at the conspiracy castle.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But hey, I want to get Ryan and Jeremy's opinion on this. So somebody sent me a message, and I thought it was pretty brilliant or whatever. They said actually Dave is really insecure because he saw people like, I think it's I should pull it up, but he saw people like what's the guy, the punter Pat McAfee, surpass him, and he said that Pat McAfee has a much bigger show than him, and they have more freedom. And he still owns his show. So it's funny how that, I don't know, is there any truth to that? You know, he's probably could be jealous of guys that have usurped him or gone, past him and have more control over it, like Eric has control over his company.
Well, yeah, I think there is some. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'll let you go in a minute. I think there's some levels. I mean, so Pat McAfee used to be connected to Barstool, and they kind of helped get him in that world because ESPN kind of wasn't interested in Pat McAfee at first, and now Barstool kind of gave him a nudge, and now he's where he's at. I think jealousy is a big thing with people like Portnoy, though. I think 100% is, because if you're not super friendly with the people you're involved with, then I can see that being a thing. For me, it's not. Look what I got right here. I got my Nerd-Erotic pin. Gary was rocking the Geeks and Gamers shirt today. We're all going to be shilling the Rippaverse because all of us just want to see each other grow. By the way, is Rippa at 500K yet? We need to make that happen. But he's literally like he's less than 100 subs away. There's almost 4,000 people watching. We can get Rippa to 500K, and I'll take all responsibility for it. But yeah, so Ryan, go ahead though. Go ahead.
I do think there's something to that because what Portnoy and Barstool did, they were kind of like the first ones to really get big doing something antithetical to what the mainstream was doing in that sports world. And he was the first one to get like this big, whether it's actually sports gambling or whether it's like DraftKings, like stuff like that type of money involved. And what they did really launched and made possible what Pat McAfee has done, what Clay Travis has done with Outkick, and the reason that Clay Travis and Outkick got a shit ton of money, even though they didn't have kind of the interaction that Barstool did when they got theirs, because it's like looking to the future. And Portnoy's even talked about that before a little bit. How
him and Clay had beef for a while.
Him and Clay had beef about that, and they worked it out. They talked about it on stream, but yeah, there's no doubt.
What was Clay and wait, real quick, Ryan? What was Clay Travis and Dave's beef? Why did they have beef?
I think they had more of a professional rivalry because Clay was kind of viewed as kind of like wanting to be like what Barstool and Portnoy was. And Dave actually had him on about a year and a half, 2 years ago after Outkick sold. And so basically it was like Dave, in Dave's words, he was no longer a competitor. So it was cool. So they just had like a competitive kind of, rivalry of sorts. I like Clay Travis more than Dave, but I like them both. But I've always liked Clay Travis a little bit more, but I like what Barstool has done more than Outkick, if that makes sense, So
yeah,
go ahead, Ryan.
Obviously Portnoy is a self-conscious individual. One thing he can do with that $500 million is change the way he looks. I mean, he went from this guy. This is
no, you gotta have the whole fucking picture showing his fucking pigeon feet and everything like that. It's so funny.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So
this
now
one?
Epic.
Yeah.
He went from this pigeon-toed, bald-headed, fucking fat piece of shit. And money can buy something. So money definitely bought Dave Portnoy a full head of hair. That's for sure.
But yeah, but I do think there's a level of jealousy and but again, if $500 million, look, I'd love $500 million. Okay. And if $500 million, it makes it to where you're good with being the butt end of the jokes that you used to be, putting everybody else on blast for. If that's what's good for you, then so be it. Take the jokes and enjoy your money. You know what I mean? But don't get mad when people are calling you out, because this is your world. Like, gosh, man, I remember.
I really think, I think he's so self-conscious that because Alex and so many other people ratioed him, that's why he didn't have him on the show. Like, I think like that's why. It doesn't have anything to do with fucking Alex's political views. It has to do with the fact that, unlike a lot of other people he's fucking kind of gotten spats or gone to war with, he got fucking bitch slapped around. Yeah. He really did. So I think that's why he inevitably kind of pulled out of the podcast shit.
And if he did 2 seconds of research, he'd see that I go after these rhino fake conservative, these globalists on both sides. So I try to go after both people, and I'm anti-establishment. I'm not even super conservative. I have a lot of libertarian values, so it's just kind of, listen. He didn't want the smoke because he knew I was going to go on there and be funny and probably gain even more followers and potentially embarrass him. And he probably would embarrass me. But if he really would have just gone with his gut, his initial reaction of having me on the show, I would have been nice to him. I would have been affable. I would have tried to not necessarily be his best friend. I'm sure we would have debated on like the pro-choice issue, but I would have tried to make it at least classy and respectful and I would have tried to befriend him 100%. I wouldn't have tried to just go there, with a goal to annihilate him. That wouldn't be my methodology.
This does go back to what you brought up, Jeremy, about a lot of people, just because someone's aligned on an issue, they think that they're on their side politically, right?
Yes,
and that we did see that happen with Portnoy, especially with a lot of the COVID stuff that ended up blowing up. And he got into a feud with AOC and shit like that. And you did have a lot of people, trying to get him on Fox News all the time and stuff like that. And that's fine to have him on to talk about stuff, but you shouldn't just assume that somebody is completely aligned with your political viewpoints just because you agree on some shit. Like,
it's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. I'm not going to call him out by name because we've talked about it in person. But when certain people on the kind of conservative side were praising, people like Vito as a hero because he did one little thing where he's just, and I told that person, I'm like, you have no idea who this guy is. He's not a hero. He's, and So it's just like I call the conservatives out all the time like that. I just did a video on D-Day Cobra just roasting conservatives, for like not supporting like how they do their fake support of Trump. Like, we're upset about this, but Trump said mean things too. And it's like, either fucking support him or don't, but don't the half in, half out bullshit. And but with Dave, like to his credit, and this is to his credit, he'll go on Fox and he'll go on conservative stuff and he has said 100 times, I have asked to go on MSNBC and CNN and all these other places, and they won't have me. So they won't have him. But that should tell him, hey, maybe the right side of it isn't quite as bad as the left, since at least the right will talk to you. You know what I mean? But in time, we have another.
Put that shit 2 and 2 together.
No, and the same with you. Yeah,
it's like the same with me. It's like I've made this point. If I was like, because there was a stint where I was doing my runs and like, hey, why don't you go on MSNBC? And so I was like, they never asked me to.
Yeah,
the only people that have asked me to go up there and actually talk to them about certain issues have been people on the other side. And it's not like I hold my tongue or anything. I mean, Alex can speak to this. I'll go to the Blaze and I'll say some shit that'll be antithetical to what some of the people at the network will say, and it's all good. Never once have I been pulled to the side and say, hey man, you can't fucking be saying that shit. Like, no, it's never ever happened. But that was and I mean, I know we haven't talked about it. That was the weird part of that's one of my things that I'm like, I see people do. It's like weird when people like try to take pride in, oh, well, I'm in the middle of the road. Like, these guys hate me and these guys over here. Like, that's not really, to me, like, it's not saying any fucking thing. You know what I mean? More like, and it's also not a reality, because definitely when you do have principles, there's going to be fucking some side that's going to probably rag on you more than the other. You're probably doing something fundamentally fucking wrong if you're like, well, I'm catching it the brunt the same exact way. They're both the same. And like that's just not true, man. Anybody that's actually paying attention to this shit knows that this shit is not true.
And we do have to be like fair to like these other news places. You know, Ripple was going to be on CNN. He was going to be on Reliable Sources with Brian Stelter next week.
You got me. You trolled me. Hey, let's talk about this real quick though.
Before you do that, I got somebody to add. We got another famous person joining the stream. It is Drunk the 3PO.
Yeah. And I had to make this message about Jay. That video of you getting trolled by the porn bot with an L in the chat is one of my favorite all-time videos. When the porn bot gave you an L in the chat and then you reacted, oh my God, I'm getting L's in the chat from the porn bot. That made me actually, what is it? ROFL, rolling on the floor laughing. That was an actual LOL.
Only Drunk 3PO can pull that.
I don't know. It only happens to me, man. How's everybody doing? Everybody well?
Doing good. I see you rocking your shirt. Yeah, you're all shaved, clean shaven. Look at you.
Oh, something looked weird, but yeah,
I know. Yeah.
No, I was like trying to like trim up the line, and I took a chunk. You can see where I cut myself right here. I was like, ooh, and then like I'm like, well, that's all gotta go.
I gave him that shirt. I made it for him.
Yeah,
my channel is dying.
I do think there's only one way to welcome in our good buddy Jay.
Canadian bear.
All right, Alex,
there probably should be Canadian Bear and Ronnie the Rat.
I was like,
yeah, I need to get the Ronnie the Rat outfit. Oh my gosh, I got to get it on here in a second. I got to get naked to put it on though. But this is the first thing is I want to say is somebody in the chat a little while ago mentioned the Andrew Tate stuff. And I think Andrew Tate has some takes that are okay, but did you see that one take where he was like, oh, I have the webcam model, look at the guys, and they were not speaking well, then so I was taking over the keyboard and chatting with them and cyber-sexing with them? For me, that's kind of gay, or that is gay. I mean, so say what you want about the manosphere, like cyber-sexing dudes is kind of weird. But how did Tate supposedly own Portnoy? Because that's the other thing is like he's trying to lump whatever the people that support me with the Andrew Tate people, which I don't think is necessarily fair. But how did Tate own him?
Tate was on a podcast that Dave does called BFFs. It's a pretty big podcast.
With Brianna Chicken Fry. Wait, sorry to cut you off. Brianna Chicken Fry, her whole thing I follow on Instagram. I don't ever listen to her podcast. It's all about taking mushrooms, LSD, acid, and being so wasted. She's literally like the most degenerate person. Me when I was like in college my freshman year, basically, but even worse. I mean, she's the most insane, and God bless her soul, she talks about how she's always depressed. It's like it's because you're sniffing cocaine and talking about it all the time. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah,
no, you're
the
good,
BFF show.
So they had Andrew Tate on a couple of months ago, and I just became familiar with Andrew Tate like a week ago. I actually called Ryan after I did because Ryan knows everything about the fucking internet. Every time I find some,
can you
call
tell
Ryan.
Me about who is Andrew Tate, and I give him like a 5-minute, like it's like a fucking Reddit from Wikipedia, basically.
It's so insane how much information Ryan has. It's crazy. And so I watched the BFFs podcast. I do think Andrew Tate made Portnoy look pretty bad, but it wasn't it's to the point I could understand. Like Dave was putting some, Andrew Tate was saying some stuff and Dave was like, God damn, you know what I mean? Chill out, bro, because it's like so like it's kind of edge boy stuff. It's like he's trying really hard to play into this persona type thing with Andrew Tate, but you could tell there was a lot that Dave kind of felt like he wanted to say, yeah, I agree with that, but he kind of couldn't. And that kind of went viral. It got millions of views, and Andrew Tate has been fucking everywhere. Like I literally
for Instagram and Facebook now.
and YouTube. They took his YouTube channel down too. So, the reason I looked up Andrew Tate in the first place was because someone on Twitter said something about him. I'm like, I don't know who this fucking guy is, and I keep seeing his name everywhere. That was the first thing I saw from him was his Dave Portnoy BFS podcast. So when that happened, Alex, to answer your question, so that kind of like, I guess Andrew Tate has a mega fan base, and he's everywhere. It's crazy. I did one search of this man's name. Every short recommended is an Andrew Tate short with like 10 million views. Every video is an Andrew Tate. I'm like, holy shit, like it's crazy. So that's where that all started. So I've seen a lot of people kind of lumping him in with you, which I don't think there's a connection other than an interaction with Portnoy. I think that's the only interaction. So that's what I see.
Unless you're like a 4-time world champion kickboxer. Are you, Alex?
No, but I am a pimp on a blimp, and he's like an actual sex trafficker. So that's probably why. You know, I'm the blimp pimp, and he's the actual sex trafficker. So
alleged.
Well, dude, that video though, you guys need to watch that video.
He's in Romania with his Bugatti, surrounded by 16 dudes with AR-15s. Alex.
Wow, let me tell you something. Romania is a crazy place. I don't think this will get a strike, but you know. This is why it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if I make a $10 million a year as a broadcaster. You know, I worked for this TV show Cheaters, and I don't have to get into that, but we'd only have, well, you know, you'd only work about 6 months of the year. So I had to sell cars, and I had my dealer's license, and I would have to sell minivans to Hispanic families in 110-degree heat and get under the car in my khakis and look under it and look for the rust and really grind it out. So I guess my point being, it's like, you don't really lose touch with the reality when you actually have to grind it out. And a lot of people don't, have that same path. So that's why I don't think I would ever be like Andrew Tate, sex trafficking women. We're a lot different. I don't glamorize money because I know how hard it is to make it. And I've had no money. So I don't want to get an ego if I get some money.
My favorite was Jeremy's reaction. He goes, I don't think this will get you a strike. And Jeremy's like,
yeah, I mean, we already.
Okay,
so
I didn't want to say what this is what won't get a strike. Okay, so we're talking about Romania. Romania has what is called gypsies. Now, gypsies are insane. They all come from Romania, and dude, in the car business, if you let a gypsy take a test drive of your car, you might as well not expect it to come back. Dude, I had a guy pull a scam. This is what happened. This is a scam. Let me tell you about this scam. This is what they pulled on me, but luckily I was able to save it. So I had like an old 745 BMW. It was like a 2006 or something. The car was only worth like $4,500. I had it all miled up. And this gypsy, came with his girlfriend, and you can tell gypsies are all from Romania, and they look kind of funny, and they just have their eyes are kind of set in their head weird. You can just tell a gypsy is a gypsy. That's all I can say. And it's just they're very unique, and they're all from Romania. They looked at my car. They said, "Oh, we like the car. You're asking $4,500. Will you hold it? We'll come back and pay you tomorrow. Will you take $4,800?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I'm a newbie. I'm like, yeah, I'll take $4,800. You want to pay me more for it to hold it for one day? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna win this deal." They're like, "Yeah, but we got to be here right in the morning. We're gonna be here at 9:05. We need to take it. We're gonna drive it to Louisiana. We're from Louisiana. We're gonna register it in Louisiana. So we got to go back, and we don't want to drive that long on the Texas tags. They give me some spiel." I'm like, okay, sure. Well, they get there in the morning with a cashier's check. And what they do is they get one cashier's check and they make 8 copies of it. And then these gypsies all go to small dealers and they try to buy a car for that price at one time. And that check, you can call in the bank and see if it's good. And they'll say it's good, but the only one that'll work is the first person that cashes it. Well, of course, I went straight to the bank. The bank's right next to me. They told me, oh, yeah, this is a fake check. This is a copy of a cashier's check. They realized it was very fast. They went on the road. The only way is we were able to stop them at a gas station and confront them about like 20 miles down the road, literally, they really were going back to Louisiana. A guy that works for me was able to track them down and confronted them, got the keys, called a wrecker, had to tow it back. So I'm not anti-gypsies. I love gypsies. Gypsies are the best people in the world.
It sounds like you've had some great experiences with them.
They're the best people. Another experience, one time they drove a Lincoln Navigator. All of a sudden, a lot of times I let the people, I just see if they have an ID. I'm like, go take the car for a test drive because I don't want to, they feel awkward just sitting in the car with them. And I'm selling like junky used cars. Really, I wholesale. I sell most of my cars at the auction, but sometimes I'll put a couple cars in my lot to see if I can sell it, for a retail price before I give it for the wholesale price. They come back in this Lincoln Navigator and they have the Navigator logo that's on the hood in their hand. I'm like, what the hell? They're like, oh, when we looked under the hood, the hood ornament came off. And I'm like, okay. They're like, we want to buy it though. I'm like, okay. Well, but you got to take $500 off for the hood ornament. I'm like, yeah, fucking right. I got to take $500 off. You ripped this hood ornament off this bitch. This bitch is as is. If you want it, it's the price that I said. And I'm not even trying to get racial again, but I have the old Chinese proverb. I'm a negotiator. I have set a price and I do not go down. I do not go down. I do not nickel and dime. I stack them deep and I sell them cheap. That was my motto. The price is the price. And they're like, oh no, come down $300, come down $200, come down $100. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's what I'd have to do. I can't tell you how many times I kicked people out of my office because they were trying to nickel and dime me. But yes, Romania is a great place.
How many of them were gypsies?
A lot. They're big here in Texas.
Here's my thoughts after that.
Oh my God. I am never gonna financially recover from this.
Exactly how I felt, like Tiger King, you know. You lose one bad car deal, and yeah, it makes you sick.
Hey, can we talk about whose dick you had to suck? I mean, obviously it was Glenn Beck's to get right next to Glenn Beck at Blade Studios.
Look at Eric.
We have two fucking people on the panel that's there. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Who would have thunk it?
Where? So is that the first room you go in, Ripa?
Yeah, and you walk in the Blaze like right there.
Yeah.
Y'all been there, so it's right there to the left.
Yeah, that's the lobby.
Yeah.
Y'all definitely been in that room.
Damn, look at that. Look at that.
Congrats, man. Said Alex gets to be right next to Colonel Sanders.
I know everybody keeps saying that. I'm like, that guy's my boss. Do not say that, you know?
It looks fucking awesome when I saw you guys tweet these out, man. It's sick.
Yeah, man. That's super cool, man. Everybody's rocking and rolling. Such good stuff going on, man.
Somebody asked if Drunk 3PO could get the gypsies on FNT.
They exist. I follow a couple gypsies on Instagram I can find. Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I know a lot of
friendly
gypsies,
with them.
actually.
Yeah, see? Jay, you look like a gypsy, kind of. You honestly have gypsy vibes a little bit. Are you Romanian? Is your family from Eastern Europe?
His eyes look gypsy. His eyes look gypsy.
You just have the gypsy vibes. Because you know why? This is what a gypsy would do, is they would have a universal pass and go every single day. And they, you know what I mean? Like you. So that's a gypsy mentality, is that you go to the parks. You use a lot of people get their Disney pass and they go like 5 times. You get your Disney pass, you go 210 times. That's the gypsy mentality.
Actually, I was out today trying to get a clear definition answer if Goofy is a cow.
Oh my gosh,
definitely
are you
a cow.
No,
he's not a cow.
I went and
He's
asked,
a fucking dog.
I went and asked like top people over there, and they a lot of people confirmed it. So I'll have that video out tomorrow.
We'll see about that.
Wait, did you just solve a conspiracy that Goofy is a cow and not a dog?
Yeah. I asked people that work there. Like, I went to the animal park, and I was just like, "Is Goofy a cat?" Like, because it's
he's a dog, bro.
No. Mickey and listen to me. Mickey and Minnie, mice. They're together. Daffy Donald, ducks. They're together. Goofy's dating a cow. He walks Pluto, who is a dog. All right, the dogs in that universe are different. The cows walk on 2 feet, and they're together, and they're weird. So Goofy is a cow.
Jay has upset the chat more than Alex Stein tonight.
No, but there are also
comment.
cows that are retarded in that word too, that are just normal cows.
Yeah.
In the Disney world.
No, they're not.
They're not
And also,
main characters.
I keep telling you right now, Jay, Goofy was married to a human woman. His son is
have you ever seen? Hold on, Jay. Have you ever seen the Goofy movie when him and Max go to Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Max ain't a fucking cow, bro.
He's adopted. So there's
no, he's not. He had a child.
Well, wait, first of all, if Goofy's a boy,
Goofy had a child with a cow. That's what you're telling me?
No, he had a child with a human woman. It's a human animal hybrid. It always has been.
That is true. That's Alex Jones. He is a human-animal hybrid. He's a chimera. Yeah, because wouldn't he be a bull if he was a male cow?
Listen, I'm going to show you this picture. Somebody's going to.
I don't want to see it, Mike. You can't change my mind.
Yeah,
you can't change it.
Fucking Disney.
Goofy
Mickey and Minnie, mice together. Daffy Donald, ducks together. Cow, Annabelle. That's her name. Goofy together.
It's fucking progressive, bro. They got multi-fucking racial relationships. That's what they were doing. Walt Disney was pushing that shit.
I can't believe that you are.
Imagine
there were people that were higher up that confirmed it. Yeah.
Imagine Barstool going, man, this Alex guy's on with these geeks and gamers. I bet they're talking about far right-wing conspiracies, and we're arguing over Goofy being a dog or a cow. They're like,
well, just in case they are, we could show this.
That's good right there. I'm okay with that one.
That's fucking gay.
Speaking of Disney, you're talking about
look, there's
Alex
only one
looks
thing.
like he hates it.
There's only one thing to add with that one, and you already know what it is.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
should
that
get
was
an
a good
Oscar,
show.
man.
SVU was a great show. I mean, that show
listen. Hold on,
epic.
Dave Portnoy, whatever his name is, should have no right to talk because the guy went to Hollywood Studios and tweeted out that he couldn't find Galaxy's Edge. How could you not find Galaxy's Edge when you go to a theme park where Galaxy's Edge is? He literally like went there and he said I couldn't find it, and then he saw like Darth Vader in the corner, and he was like, "Oh, I guess this is Galaxy's Edge," and he couldn't find it, and so it's like I can't believe like we're even having this conversation about that. That just X'd him out in my book. You cannot even walk in a circle in a theme park to find Galaxy's Edge. Then you've got a problem. I got news for you.
Yeah, and why not ask somebody that works there, hey, where's Galaxy's Edge? I mean, he can't ask an employee and figure it out. That shows you that his problem-solving skills are not that great.
We have over 1,000. We have over 1,000 votes, and Goofy is a dog. 82%.
What? Y'all did a poll? Didn't even tell me. I didn't even get a chance to like rally the troops.
It was Krista. Krista did it.
Not like your vote would change anything, but you know.
No, I would have rallied the troops.
True.
It's all right.
His first name was Dippy Dog. That was the first.
That was the most fair election of all time, Jay.
All right. First of all, I get that, but they did a change and stuff. Like they changed things around, and then when they changed them, they made him a cow.
Back then, when he was Dippy Dog, Dippy Dog had a thing for Annabelle the cow, and then instead of that, he married a human woman, and then had a child with her. Max was a
crazy,
child back
weird
then.
person is
it's in the 1950s. I can show it to you.
He's sleeping with cows and women. Like, what the heck is going on?
They made an animal-human hybrid. It's not even a joke. It's a real thing.
I heard that they created him as an allegory for Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
That's what that's what everyone
Mickey
says.
Is Malcolm X.
Yeah. Malcolm X. Yeah, Mickey Malcolm X. Yeah.
Dude, I would love Mickey as Malcolm X in like a Disney fucking movie about the civil rights era.
These white men are dangerous.
All right, so Alex, what's gonna happen moving forward with you and all this? Are you gonna try to talk to Dave? What you gonna do?
Duh. I mean, this is a sad thing. Is now that he started this, it's like the old days of the radio wars. And I'm in talks with the Blaze about getting my own show very soon. I think this is free content where I go to New York City quite a bit. So, my biological father, Tucker, has had him on. So, him disrespecting me, I have to, honor my father's legacy. And I have to go up to Barstool headquarters. And I'm sure I'm going to get kicked out immediately. But just me getting kicked out and doing a sit-in like Dave Portnoy did a sit-in at the NFL office, I think that would be epic, and me getting escorted out of there, God forbid I get arrested, but who knows? And this is other things. Like these politicians, you can go to I didn't realize you can go to the Capitol steps. You can interact with them pretty easy. I'm sure Dave is going to be somewhere. Like he goes to those Kentucky Derby. He goes to those races. If I really want to find him, I can plan it out and find him. And I can confront him to his face. And he's 5'0" nothing. And when he sees, 6'4", 250 pounds of primetime 99 Alex Stein, he's going to run away just like he ran away from that interview. So this is just chapter 1 in the feud of the biography of primetime versus the president. And I don't think it's going to end well for either of us. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not even looking at it. I hate this. War is not good. I'm a conflict interventionist. I know a lot of people are. I don't like having to go to war, but this is very similar to the Ukraine and Russia war. I'm Vladimir Putin, and I'm Vladimir Zelensky, and I have the support of the people, and he's Putin, and I got to go after him. And the most important border in the world is that between the Ukraine and Russia. So I just want to say thank you. We need to send another $80 billion to the Ukraine.
Well, maybe you can convince Biden to send you some money now that you're going to war.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, donate to me. And I'm actually nominated by Hotep for being Grifter of the Year. I hope I win Grifter of the Year. So if you guys want to give me some money, just kind of like, just give me your good vibrational energy and share my content. That's the best way you guys can pay me.
Well, here's what's funny about that, because you mentioned, going and trolling him somewhere. Dave Portnoy and Barstool Sports are banned from the NFL. Okay, they're banned from the NFL.
Oof.
He literally got arrested because he snuck into the Super Bowl in a disguise.
Yeah, look at this.
And this is the guy who wants to be the moral superiority on Alex Stein. Yeah. This is the guy right here. Check this out. And this is.
That's during the halftime show, yeah.
Yeah, during the halftime, yeah. And like this is security, and he's making it very difficult for them. I think he's upset because Alex is just a better troll than him at this point.
Yeah.
That's really what this comes down to. Alex is a better troll. He's gone far more viral than Dave has on a lot of these things. And yeah, and so watch, they have to literally drag him out.
Yeah, he's
So
like, I'm
now-
not going to go. You're
Yeah.
going to have to take me out. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. This is the guy who wants to be the moral superiority on Alex Stein right here.
Yeah.
Alex, you should do like pizza reviews now.
Yeah, I know. I had to do a pizza review like tomorrow to troll him, and I got to come up with some sort of creative. I mean, look at him dragging him out of there. That is insane. And
yeah, go ahead though. But I just want to
Well, I
point
just
out
wanna
the
say-
hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy.
Well, and I don't think he should be banned from going to an NFL game. I don't think he should. I know he spent like $1 million on some charity for Roger Goodell, and they gave it back. I mean,
To be
listen,
fair,
I don't.
he's made a lot of money off that deal. So, but
He made way more money off that deal because if I know
Mhm.
about it, I don't even really follow him. So I don't necessarily hate him, even though he's pro-choice. I don't even hate him. I was just trying to call out the hypocrisy. And just like AOC, just like Dan Crenshaw, he absolutely lost it. So it's kind of like the war. It could have been done. He could have just ignored me, and this would have been, a non-issue. But now he made it an issue. So now I have to be, as me, the combative person, we have to go toe-to-toe. And it just kind of sucks. Like, I didn't really want to choose this battle. He actually picked the battle. I just did a tweet. He should have ignored me. But because I said this earlier, he got in the mud with a pig like me. Now we got to wrestle WWF style. And I'm definitely going to be the one that gives him the Undertaker, the Stone Cold Stunner, or, I'm coming off the top rope to knock him out.
Love it. Love it.
My favorite part about that is
I gotta highlight this every week. As a woman, I enjoy this kind of crass humor, but I also don't understand why two girls are on the show, are there, and they're sitting there the whole time not contributing anything. Ladies, what are you doing right now?
Yeah.
Working.
Yeah, we're working.
Yeah, like so. Stephanie, Minority Home takes timestamps of every conversation, of all of our conversations, so we can clip it out and then re-upload it. It makes it a lot easier for the editors to do that. Krista,
And I'm the editor.
and she's the editor. And then Krista, what are you doing?
I'm reading all of your super chats right now. I'm gathering them so that if there so happens to be a time where we run out and we don't get to everyone's super chats, Jeremy does a square up. So I'm organizing all of that on the back.
Or if you have specific ones for Alex Stein or any of our guests,
I actually very specifically agree with that comment. They shouldn't be on the show. I totally
Shut
agree
up.
with you.
Chad, would you rather look at the ladies or look at Ryan's ugly face? Just saying. By the way,
I'd rather look at the ladies.
Sounds like
hear me.
When he
Best
goes
comment
into that
last
like
week.
Scott Steiner, like fucking. It's reminded me of that fucking Steiner Math interview. You know, at the end of it, he's like, he's like, well, ladies, would you rather have me like or fat fuck or whatever?
Can I play that? Would I get copyrighted off that? That's one of the
WWE, man.
Yeah, but they're intense, I think, with their copyright. They're like Major League Baseball or the NFL. You
that's
can't show
TNA.
any clips of that.
No, this is TNA. This is TNA. I think
Yeah, they're not even. They're kind of.
This is the. Oh my God! It's got. Yeah, this is just a.
Some I responded with like that shit because some idiot like was looking at my numbers or some shit on Twitter. And he's like, only 1/5 of his audience and 1/4 of it, and I was like, yeah, but you add my 62 1/3% chance.
This is so good. How many of you are aware of this promo?
Yes.
This is one of the greatest.
Time ago.
This is one of the greatest things ever.
Petey Williams take on the unlikely duo of Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak,
Not normal.
and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. Then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning
Drastic go down.
See, the three-way at sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me. And he's not
It keeps going.
So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance. You got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance before we used to go one-on-one and then add 66 2/3%. I got 141
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
My favorite part is how one by one everybody starts losing the numbers. They're like, "Hold on, what is this?" It's such a great promo.
There's so many like videos, like animated videos of people like
there is.
animating the shit. Like it's so good.
Oh my god! I want to see Alex Stein just recreate
he
that.
called him like Senor Joe or something.
Senora Joe.
I want to see Alex Stein recreate that shit. Oh, that'd be great. So
yeah.
Oh
well,
my
that's an incredible promo. I'm wondering how the testosterone affects his brain. I mean, obviously he's on the juice, but I think that's what gave him those math skills.
Yeah, dude. Big Papa Pump is a legend, dude.
Common Core math right there.
Big Papa Pump is a
8
legend.
2/3%.
I like how he even almost tripped up. He was just like, "What the fuck am I saying right now?"
Hold on, I threw some numbers
I
out
think
there.
they had like another like I remember Petey, the smaller one, which is he's talked about this a lot, like gave insight on that. How they like he tried to contain his laughter and all that shit because he's just going on about his fucking numbers and shit.
Well, he's trolling. You know, he's doing that on purpose to be goofy. Like he's doing it in a serious way, but he keeps on saying those numbers because that's the joke. You know, that's like the Andy Kaufman joke. He knows it's insane, and that's why it's fun. And look, it's one of the best promos ever. Eric, you knew it by heart. You knew every line of that thing by heart.
That was a long time ago, man. That was.
Well, one of the best things I've seen is you remember a few years ago, Ric Flair, he was in the hospital. There were reports that he was literally on his deathbed, a few years ago, and I thought he was going to die. I mean, just by all reports, this dude like kicks out at 2, literally kicks out at 2, and he cuts a promo like the next day, and he was like not in good shape. But I'm like, Ric Flair on his deathbed the next day, he cut a better promo than 95% of the current roster could right now. That dude's a legend.
Those guys are.
Did you see his last match?
I can't watch his last match. I can't do it because he should not be in the ring, man. He should not be in the ring. That guy lived his gimmick. Like, I don't know if you guys ever seen like The Prestige. So that with the magician that like lived his life, like he lived the gimmick. Ric Flair was his gimmick. I've heard other wrestlers talk about like stories about Flair at like all these hotels. Like they said, literally any hotel you go to in any territory, you go to a Marriott, there's a story about Flair, walking around with his dick out, just banging chicks.
The airplane,
like
the WWE airplane. Isn't that the most famous one?
The plane ride from hell. Yep. Yeah. Like, there's just so many stories about Flair, and I
got
can't
a
watch
story
that
about
one,
Ric Flair.
I know you do. Is Alex familiar with this one?
No, I want to hear it. What's the Flair story?
I'm at the Comic-Con, I'm at the Fan Expo with Gina. I'm like her handler, like taking care of all her stuff. And she's got to go to the photos and get photos. And like she's got a huge, massive line like she always has. And then she's wrapping up. And Ric Flair comes in with his entourage, and he's just like, he was calling her like sunshine or sunflower or something like sunflower. Like, come over here and take a picture with the Nature Boy. I want a picture with you, the Nature Boy.
He's probably just fucking drooling like on the side of his face.
So Gina kind of looked at him. I was like, that's Ric Flair. And then they went and they took a picture, and he looks at me and he's like, young man, go get that picture for the Nature Boy. So I was like, all right. So I walked out and the way that the whole thing was built on scaffolds. Like you guys were all there, so it was like on scaffolds. And so I was in a hurry because she had to get back to the autographs. I had all her stuff. So I went to the photographer place, but I went too fast. Like once I got the photo to give it back to Ric Flair, I kind of snuck in through the side where this lady told me to go. My book bag got hooked on one of the scaffolds, and I took down all the walls of everyone getting their photo taken. So the guy what's his name? I keep forgetting his
Michael
name.
Rooker.
Michael Rooker looks at me and just goes,
for you enough times where you can remember that. Yeah, Michael
he got
Rooker's
slow
like,
clap.
So you knocked down what, like the step and repeat, like where people were taking pictures in front of,
like the wall.
Yeah, all the walls.
Yeah,
that were they all fell down, and like the whole staff came running, and I'm like, I gave Ric Flair his picture, and then like Gina was laughing. I was like, you didn't even come to my aid? Like, you just stood in the back and laughed? And you just got to do that slow walk of shame because everybody saw you. And you just you just got to slow walk and sit down. And I sat down. As soon as I sat down, the cast from the cast from Dexter sat at the same table with me, and I had a freaking lightsaber in my hand, and I couldn't set it on the table because they were eating it, so I just held it up like an idiot, waiting for them to finish eating because I had no place to put it.
Jay is living.
They thought you were autistic, okay, so don't worry. They probably thought you were special needs.
But I had like a pass like to get like it for the backstage. Oh my god, it was the worst. It was awful.
You're Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish adult.
He's the Make-A-Wish kid.
That was the Make-A-Wish kid, yeah. At least they used a good picture on this meme.
How does Jay, this is Jay's life right here. How does he end up in this situation? Look at this one.
What's going on, everybody? Here at Fan Expo. And, oh my God, it's Johnny. Give me 20 push-ups in your knuckles. You understand, you stupid bear? Okay. Okay. All right. Cobra Kai never die. That's it. Season 5. Not gonna lie. Oh yeah, it's coming soon. That's it. That's it. Thank you. You scared the crap out of me.
That's so
Wait,
awesome.
Jay, was that the guy that threw away the personalized carved gift that he got?
No, nobody did that. Nobody did that.
Nobody did that, Alex.
Oh, that's off the record.
That was just a conspiracy. That was just a
He
joke.
said he packaged it. Yeah, that's a conspiracy.
Right.
I mailed it to him, so.
I don't even know what you're talking about. That's Johnny from Cobra Kai series.
Cobra Kai.
I was in that dumb bear costume because I made a promise to all our fans that were out in Boston, and I thought Jeremy and everybody was going to be there, but they couldn't make it because they went to Vegas.
So
and
you
then
got stuck walking
I
around.
kind of
in that
was like,
fucking
yeah, I
bear.
just had it on, and like the first on Saturday, I'm sitting there in the back room, and everybody walking past, like the freaking hobbits, and all of them were like, "What are you wearing that for?" And they're like, "Did you lose a bet?" Like it just started up all this conversation, and like there's other things like I can't, but like it started this conversation. So William, when they call him Billy Zapka, came up and he's like, "Jay, what are you doing, man?" He's like, "At least it looks comfortable." And then he was kind of like, "Hey, you want to do like I was telling him, like, I was trying to explain to him what it was, but he just laughed. He didn't understand. And so he's like, "You want to film something really cool? Like, you want to film something like for your fans?" I was like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome." So then he goes, "Well, just turn the camera on and out." And I didn't think he was going to put me in a headlock. He was just going to come up and be like, "You look so stupid, you bear. Like, why are you like make fun of me like Johnny Lawrence?" And then like walk off. But he put me in a headlock. That was pretty interesting. So
That was pretty cool. I was pretty jealous of that one right there.
yeah, he's a good dude, man. He is just like loving. I don't know if it's like second chance, but he's just loving the fact that he got to play a character again that he thought he'd never be able to play before. So he is just like, when you see him with the fans, like he is just like all about it. Like he is just like jumping out from behind the gate, taking selfies with them, signing extra stuff when they didn't pay for it, just promoting everything, running around with the kids and stuff, and doing like he is like top. He's awesome. Like a lot of the people that were there at those things, like they're just like, you pay them money and you sign and they just move on. And some of the people, like the talent, were taking pictures with like a big plastic shield. So it's like they don't have to like, yeah, so they don't have to like touch the common folk when they get a photo. Like Gina didn't use that crap, and he didn't use it either. And he was just like, it was just really cool. And like he took a lot of time with like special needs kids and stuff like that. Like when he didn't have to.
With you, perfect example. Yeah,
that's where I got that. That's where I got that video from. So. Yeah,
and I want to give a shout out to our Rumble audience. We got a lot of people watching over on Rumble, so thank you guys for tuning in on Rumble.
Are you guys verified on Rumble?
So,
Are you verified on Rumble? Okay, good. I was just making sure. Oh yeah, you told me that you're doing good with Rumble. Yeah, I'm about to start streaming on Rumble, I think.
Yeah, Rumble's doing good stuff. We're also on Odyssey, so shout out to everybody on Odyssey. We appreciate all of you. Multi-streaming on all those channels, multiple channels, man. It's important. We just saw what happened with Andrew Tate and so many others. But to talk about last week really quick, I only talked about this on Friday Night Tights. Tuesday night's main event was removed by YouTube last week. I'm not happy about it. They didn't give us a strike, but the reason they removed it was insane. And you can go watch that entire stream on Rumble or Odyssey if you want. They essentially said that we used a past event and claiming it was a current event, and that's not allowed on YouTube because that could create an egregiously dangerous or something like that. That's insane. It's insane. It's
we didn't get a warning. We didn't get a strike. We didn't get anything. They just took the video down, and it's the most random thing ever. We can't think of a single thing we did. Of all the fucking shows we've done, of all the shit I've talked on this show, like, God, that was the fucking most tame of all of them. But I don't know.
So I might, again, I might tweet out about it, but I didn't. I tried to deal with it privately. They rejected my appeal, which is ridiculous. I don't have a YouTube manager. I've been told I need to get one, but I don't have one. But that's why you've heard me in the past week promoting Locals and Rumble, because I've been talking with, Rumble and Locals, and I really like them. I like Odyssey too, but we do have a Geeks Gamers Locals now. We had one for a while, but I'm actually pushing the Locals account now. So we're going to be doing exclusive stuff over there on Locals, and we're also going to be working with them to kind of help them kind of, step up their game on the gaming side of things. So if you just go, mods are going to be dropping links right there, and just please go over there, follow us on. You can follow without having to pay, but if obviously if you want to interact and watch the live streams or comment or anything, you can watch the live stream for free as long as it's not a supporter only. But it's just another way, because like I said, that I can justify some things that have happened on YouTube. I cannot justify what they did with Main Event last week. I can't do it. It's insane. So I keep building up your alternative platforms, because you never know what's going to happen. But we'll see what happens. Rumble, I like what they're doing. I'll be live on Rumble playing some games here soon too. But okay, Alex, how much longer you got with us, man? You can stay as long as you want. You can leave when you want.
Yeah, I'll probably go here in a second. Probably in the next 10, 15 minutes. My phone is blowing up like usual. And I gotta be up early on the grind all the time. And we've made this whole podcast about myself. So I guess before I go, let me just say this. I really appreciate the support from not only you. I really don't care about Ryan's opinion, but I really want to thank Jay. I want to thank Eric, definitely Mike, definitely Steph, and definitely Krista, but not you, Ryan. You've actually brought me down.
I appreciate that you get back to me when I text you all the time. So that's nice of you.
Have you texted me recently or something?
No.
Are you being sarcastic? Because I do answer your text.
I just said that I appreciate you getting back to me.
Okay, well, I can't tell if you're trolling me or not. I'm in a fight with Dave Portnoy, the creator of Barstool. I don't even know who's on my side. I feel like there might be people in my inner circle that are sabotaging me. And honestly, if I had to pick somebody that would do that, it's you, Jay, the gypsy of the crowd. So this is just the conspiracy theorist in me. It's not personal.
Alex doesn't want to hear about me because, he's just upset that I was able to trigger people more than he was when we went to Universal. All right. So that's really
that George Floyd thing. No,
right?
You're canceled. I'm actually going to cancel your YouTube channel too. You're going to expect a strike very soon from being reported.
I will say this though. I could brag. I was on your podcast before you knew
Conspiracy Castle.
Us. Yeah, and then you were on mine before you blew up.
Alex was following me before he was on there.
Yeah, but
that's true.
I was on his podcast. I did Conspiracy Cast before he was anybody famous. And then he started going viral, and he stopped returning my texts about coming on mine, because we made a deal. I was like, I'll come on your lame podcast if you come on mine.
Okay, first of all, my podcast is lame. That's a fact. But dude, first of all, it was like there's two times. One time there's literally a tornado, and one other time I think I'd gone viral that day or something. And
that was the perfect time to come on. But you did, and it's all good now. Appreciate it.
Well, it better be, Jay, because you and I had the time of our lives in Universal. I mean, that was a monumental event. I mean, we'll never forget me twerking, at Harry Potter World.
I still have your clothes here.
So I'm saying, and people are going to really insinuate something weird from that. But yes, you do still have my clothes. Like Eric's like, what the hell does that mean?
I have his hat, his wig. I have all this stuff. I don't know.
I'm going to be in Orlando October 24th through the 28th. Chrissy's doing the Content House. I know you guys are doing an event, so I'm going to go clout chase and get some selfies. I'm definitely going to get COVID again.
You're going to be there for our event on the 30th? Are you going to be there?
Maybe.
Because we're supposed to be at the Content House.
Yeah, it might be the 27th through the 30th. I might be wrong with the dates.
Okay. Yeah, because we're gonna have our own content house too, and that's the Geeks Gamers.
Ours is gonna be better. Ours is gonna be better. We're gonna have a Dave Portnoy competition. Ours is gonna have nudity. We're gonna have porn stars supposedly. Isn't that true though? I'm just saying that facetiously, but doesn't
Chrissy's house is a mix of comedians and porn stars.
Yeah, Chrissy's house is infinitely better. I don't drink, and we're not gonna be drinking.
I don't drink either.
Mine, so.
And they're gonna get all wasted, and so I'm gonna have to end up going to y'all's house because I know there's gonna be monkeypox floating around by the time I get to the content house. By then, everybody will have monkeypox probably. So
Yeah, I think they're gonna have like a dry room and a wet room. I think that's what they're doing in Chrissy's content house.
Before Alex does leave, I got to promote something that we're releasing tomorrow. We are releasing something we've been working on for a while, and this is part 1 of 4. But this releases tomorrow. Fortnite in real life. And it is a crazy video. So this is the first part. It will be here on the main Geeks and Gamers channel. Alaska Jeff, our editor, Ivan, Josiah, they've all been working really hard on this one. So this is going to be pretty cool. So you got Ryan in his chicken suit. You got Canadian Bear, Jay. You've got Josiah. And you got me in my American flag outfit. And this is a 4-parter. I don't know how this came together, but it did. And so you guys will see that tomorrow on the Geeks and Gamers channel. So I hope everybody enjoys that. So good stuff indeed. Holy shit. I'm excited about it. So we'll see. Next real life video we do, I'm going to have Alex Stein involved with it. I think that's
yes, please, for sure. Because I'm still playing Pokemon. I'm still catching them all. I'm out there, with at the park. No, is that still a thing? Do people still do Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Dude, I was so into that when it first fucking dropped, man.
No, you weren't, Ryan. No.
Dude, I was out fucking catching Pokemon. I was Pokemon going to the pole. Yeah, I was doing all that shit. I'd fucking go to the zoo and spin all the fucking Pokestops. Yeah, I would do that shit.
God, what a loser.
Wow, I would have never known.
You have no business to talk shit about Nintendo gamers ever again.
So you're a Pokemon supremacist, is what you're a Poke supremacist, is what you are. A Pikachu supremacist.
No, I actually enjoy the idea of like capturing Pokemon like slaves and making them fight to the death.
Okay, now we're canceled. Do not clip this. No, you don't. That's not funny. We do not believe that. That's not.
The gypsy thing was fine.
That's the entire concept. That's the premise of fucking Pokemon.
I want to be very clear that I said I love gypsies.
Animals. You capture these animals, you enslave them, you train them to fight for you.
Whenever Alex Stein doesn't want to be affiliated with you, you've made a bad joke. So
Ryan's already trying to get me canceled, making fun of George Floyd, who's like the greatest American hero of besides Dr. Fauci, the number 2 greatest American hero of all time. So yeah, there's just some people that are off limits. Okay, and my man Jorge Floyd is one of them. He's one of the greatest porn stars ever. I watch his videos every night before I go to bed. So I don't want to. Do not talk ill of him. Okay, those videos they have a lasting image of my. We're not going to clip. No, I love George Floyd. You're talking. I watch his video literally every night.
This show gets clipped more than any. This show gets clipped more than Friday Night Tights.
The haters are like, "Oh, this is amazing!" Yeah.
Well, I love him. I miss him. I miss him. All right, guys. Peace. See you. Thank you for having me on. See you guys.
Drew, tell them where they can find you. Plug anything, man.
Well, don't follow me, guys. It'll put you on an FBI list and make you subject to a search and seizure. So if I were you guys, I would unfollow me, honestly. At this point right now, I'm sure Dave is going to plant some sort of evidence on me. So probably the best advice that I could give you is stay far away from me. And if you do look at me, make a sock account and a fake account and follow me through that because you don't want to be linked to me because things could get a little hairy here in the near future, all right?
Freaking Alex Stein. I think, hang on, Alex, if you got I think we had a couple super chats for you.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, let's super chat it up.
I messaged Alex yesterday. I'm like, when he started clipping Alex, and I'm like, dude, just imagine if he finds you and me at Universal.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. That would be funny.
Salty Stars Rex for 20 says, Alex, why are these people so sick and why do they want to make everyone gay? We had a drag show in Boston canceled after the Boston Children's Hospital announces they will be transitioning kids. Why don't these people or these a certain word I don't want to use on YouTube leave the children alone? So you've made a lot of noise with your coverage of that in the Texas area.
And we, I exposed the, Drag Your Kids to Pride event where we called them out. And as a trans person, I can tell you, it's literally demonic. It's out of basically some sort of satanic occult. And you're like, what are you talking about? That sounds like conspiracy. And I guess I'll agree with you in that, but it's this anti-God thing where it's the transhumanist agenda where in the future we'll all be one race and one sex. And it's just happening now more than ever. You look at Bill Maher talking about the amount of people that were trans in the 60s compared to now, the 2020s, it's up like 10,000. 1000%. And that's not just because, you know, people's gender is more socially acceptable. It's because these people, these parents that are using their kids for clout and likes on Instagram and putting their kids out there as if they're some sort of, you know, a handbag or luxury item. They're not even treating them like human beings, and they're giving them hormone and gender reassignment surgery at too young of an age, saying it's all reversible, it's all a lie. So it's basically some sort of demonic trans agenda. And even goes back to this. If you look at the Statue of Liberty is based on Apollo, and it's like, you know, I forget what the god, I forget exactly what they're the god of, but that is a gender neutral person. And Baphomet, who is a creature out of the Bible, Baphomet is this devilish figure that has female breasts and a male body. So it's actually satanic, in my opinion. That's where it comes out of. And I know Jay's freaking out right now because you don't like me talking about Baphomet. That's your favorite, right? Don't you worship Baphomet?
Are you talking to me? I wasn't
yeah, I'm just trolling. No, but look up Baphomet has breasts and Moloch. It's really weird. Hillary Clinton supposedly worships these people.
Another name for Satan. Like that's just,
Exactly. That's exactly right. And look at what Baphomet looks like. It has female breasts and like the male physique with the abs.
It looks like every drag queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, any comments?
I'm not looking at that. It's scary.
Moving on, Jared the American says Alex Stein, Alex Stein 1, Dave Portsoy 0. Thank you, Jared. Zinny Biscuit, Dave has flat booty energy. Slag Lust says, shout out to the top of the sector, Ethan Ralph. To quote him, I made Alex Stein. I was the first to have him on. I let him do a set at my bowling alley wedding.
Oh, the kingpin, the kill.
That was the most insane event, though, dude. We got swatted. Oh my gosh, dude! And there was a. You're not even allowed to smoke inside in Texas, and they were smoking so many cigarettes. I had to throw away my clothes. They were so stained from cigarettes. And I don't even smoke, but the cigarette smoke was so strong. I mean, no, it was insane. I'm happy I witnessed it, and because I like train wrecks. That's why I think I'm popular. Is when you see somebody get kicked out of a meeting or dragged out by cops, that's good content. When you see cops come and SWAT, 20 cops coming in there with like drug dogs looking for bombs. It was kind of like a little scary. It's like a roller coaster ride, but in real life. So it was nuts. It was insane.
We got Ashton the Slytherin says Alex hanging at Dracula's castle again. That is what that background looks like.
The conspiracy castle. Yeah. Yes. Welcome.
We got Eric K. Alex Stein, missed you in Vegas. Wanted to meet you. Shout out to you, Eric K. Eric K is great. He's so helpful in Vegas. Such a great mod and just all around great guy. So let's see. Monopoly says hail to Alex for breaking Portnoy. His meltdown has been legendary. It's pretty good.
I agree.
Breezy Bird not hating on Tate, of course, but funny. Dave can interview Tate and not do the tough guy act, but thinks Alex is the devil and acts tough.
Yeah, hey, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. I mean,
that's a really good point. That's a really good point. I'm wondering if he just, again, man, I know he didn't know much about Tate when he came on, but it still doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. The whole thing. We've discussed
He's an actual sex trafficker, and he had him on, but me, because I'm anti-abortion, I'm too edgy.
Yeah, that's weird. That is very weird. Brian just saw the Alex versus Vosh about kids at drag shows. Interesting to see Alex playing it straight. You're definitely no dope. I don't know if that's a compliment, I guess. I don't know.
No, I'm not a dope, but I am a dope a little bit. So I'm a little bit of both.
And then there's just a bunch of them like Alex Stein, Grifter of the Year for $5.
I'll take it.
Last one, Alex, you should do troll pizza reviews, but with at-home pizzas like DiGiorno's and Tombstone Pizza.
That's what I should do. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Especially because those are direct competitors to One Bite Pizza. So,
yes. Yeah. So I'm telling you. So we're gonna end on that for you. Yeah. We're gonna let you go off that, but that's what you need to do right there. You need to play this up in the most fun way possible and just review frozen pizzas at home.
And should I mention though it's better than Barstool's frozen pizza? Like, or should I?
Yeah. Every single one, I would say I would grade it on a scale of like one bite pizza to 10 or something like that.
Yeah, because he does one bite. Everybody knows the rules.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I would say you should add your own gimmick to it. Something, I don't know, if he does one. So Dave does one bite. Everybody knows the rules. So you should.
I'll be like, I eat the whole pizza. Everybody knows it. I'll stuff it all in my mouth or something. You know, I'll do something insane. Just get it all over me. But yes,
subscribe to Alex Stein on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram. He didn't say it. I did. But go ahead, Alex. Your closing thoughts, and we'll let you.
Well, I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate Ryan and his knowledge and your knowledge, Jeremy. You knew that he'd have me on, and then you didn't know he'd back out, but you were actually right that he would platform me, so you called that. And Jay, you're a buddy of mine. I really appreciate anytime I get to talk to you. Eric, you're the man. Mike, it's a pleasure to meet you. My nerdy home, you're my girl. We had a great time in Vegas. Some of those pictures were epic. I know that we took. I can't believe I let you take nude pictures of me. I was very vulnerable, but that's what happens in Vegas. Stays in Vegas. And Krista, we had a blast in Orlando. I hope to see you again. I hope you're having fun in Canada.
Okay, she's having fun.
And I'm gonna go get some frozen pizza and try to do a film review tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. All right, guys. Peace.
Take it easy, Alex. Have a good one, buddy. Talk to you later.
See you,
Alex
man.
Stein, everybody. It was great having Alex on. Holy shit, man. He's awesome, man.
I think he knows how to circle breathe. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't.
It's where
he just talks and talks and talks.
It's where he gets talking, like he breathes in through his nose, and it's like a circle.
It's
like
used for
some
musicians.
instrument. Yeah, people that play instruments, because he could talk. Like,
it's called circular breathing, where you can like continue to like play a trumpet or a trombone or something while like you're pushing air out, but you're still inhaling through your nose and recirculating it back in your lungs, so you never actually have to take a breath. That might be Alex Stein.
Damn it, Robert McDonald dropped 100. I forgot.
He dropped like
he dropped 3 different
300.
He says this one time at Tool Camp, had to smack a tool. Stein quote 2022. And then he said, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Add math. Thank you, Robert. And then KBiz drops $500 on Streamlabs. Holy shit.
Wow.
KBiz was dropping KBiz dropped like 2,600 coins on locals.
Holy
on one of my quotes.
You do some claps, Jeremy.
So
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it is. There we go. So KBiz has been awesome, and yeah, all the local stuff has been great. I had a call with our Discord with all of our premium members, explaining them what we're doing with the local stuff, and a lot of different streams and gameplays that we want to do with a lot of you. So yeah, good stuff all the way around. So it was awesome having Alex on. And like I said, when that happened last night, I called him and I was like, dude, this is what's going to happen. And then 30 minutes later, he's like, he just did exactly what you said he's going to do. I'm like, I've been following him long enough. I know how he operates, but I cannot believe he backed out. I can't. But it is what it is. It happens. The next topic we're going to talk about is Lord of the Rings. Ryan, have you seen the new trailer?
I haven't. I just got back off.
I know you've been flying
Real
all
quick.
day today.
Real
Go
quick.
ahead.
I just wanted to say, for the first time ever, I actually heard somebody get in the conspiracy weeds, and I felt at home. I was like, "Oh wow, I actually know what he's talking about there with the Baphomet stuff." I was like, "It's about goddamn time somebody brought it up," but no, I was like, "Oh, that's actually pretty dope." So I got to give Alex credit where credit is due.
Dude, he's a trip, man. When he was on Tim Pool, man, they got into a bunch of stuff on there, and like it's just. He's a trip, man. He really is. So.
Yeah, that was a good time. I just felt it was nice to hear my language spoken there for a little bit.
I wanted to get these other 2 super chats from Robert as well.
Yeah,
so
go
for
ahead.
$100 to be the man, you got
I got that one.
The man. You already said that, and then he said it math.
But you can read
those.
but you can read it again. But I did read it. No, just now. No, just now.
I am retarded then.
Yeah, you are, but it's okay. You can read it again. He spent enough money, so.
There you go.
But yeah, to be the man, you got to beat the man at math. Okay, so here's the most recent one. Holy shit, it's getting destroyed. I
haven't seen the ratio, but I know it wasn't great. I looked at the comments alone when it first dropped, and every single comment was like a troll comment. There was no serious comments at all.
The best line.
That's India.
The best line of the trailer.
That one had the most views. I thought. Hang on.
Prime Video India.
Go ahead.
The best line of the trailer was when they had a hobbit that said, "Our hearts are as big as our feet."
Yeah.
And you're like,
So
what?
awful.
Who is writing this stuff? Like,
Uh,
who looked at that and said, "Oh, that's so cute."
That's so sweet.
Shit. Heart.
yeah,
My
it's
heart. Our hearts are as big
Okay.
as our feet.
here we go.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
holy shit! At this the main trailer. Yeah, I just found it now. Holy shit, it's bad, dude. Like, look at the ratio.
It just looks like
158, 158,000 down to only 23,000 up at 3 million views.
Wow.
If you
yeah,
watch the trailer too, they do this one like camera scene that we noticed where it's that whoever the star is has their back and they do that slow, like this scene right here, like the right
Turn around.
Yeah, like they do that over and over. I think we counted. Like there's one.
Oh, there's I hate
certainly
the cold
sounds
open.
like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh,
the music they use in this.
The
is
music was
terrible.
so bad.
It's so bad. Like they have no idea. The music is awful.
My brother gave his life hunting the enemy.
Listen to this music.
His task is now mine.
Give me that.
What the
Stand with me.
Look how brave and stunning and powerful she is right now. Like, just go ahead and
she never went out there to avenge her fucking brothers.
I don't even know.
My favorite thing is she rolled his body. She was like, "Hey, you're
not a
dead. You
real
don't need
thing,
this dead.
man.
Give me that." Yeah.
This is, and just wait till you hear this music get rolling. Like, it's awful.
It's so
Ours
fucking
was no
bad.
chance meeting. Not fate,
Turn around.
nor destiny. Ours was the work of something greater.
What is
Colt.
Eminem.
Yeah.
Oh my
Peachy.
God. I honestly thought that was a man.
There's still
I think
people that
everybody
think that-
did.
there's still people that think that's Sauron.
Sauron, but it's not. It's not
not.
Sauron. But I think it's a girl. We've had it confirmed it's a girl, correct?
It's got boobies.
It's got
You never know nowadays.
No, you never know nowadays. But yeah,
Freaking
so
goofy.
Looks non-binary.
It's a cow. It's a cow.
So yeah, listen to this music.
What
Like,
is
what is this
that?
music? What
Yeah.
is this?
It's not.
Ew.
This is not Lord of the Rings. This is
Not
not
Lord of the
Tolkien. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's all bad.
Each of us, everyone,
Turn around.
must decide.
Turn around.
All right, so we're at 4 or 5. Are we at 5?
What's that,
We're at 5
4?
turnarounds so far.
I'm like, what are they doing?
I'm not the hero you see.
Don Lemon showed up.
The white guy is not the hero you seek. Okay, Don Lemon said, I'm looking for a good white person.
Yeah.
And the white guy says, I am not the good white person you hope for.
Oh gosh.
Whatever it was you did, be free of it.
Hey, toxic male, whatever. Oh, there she is
Oh,
right
no.
there. There she
Just-
is.
Hey, just so
Here she
everybody knows, Halbrand, this new character, the one white dude with the long hair, that's Sauron. Just so everybody knows.
There we
Just
go.
so I fucking spoil you before you watch this dog shit show.
One day this will be your kingdom.
Why is she talking to Nick Ricada? It's like,
Wow.
I don't know how Nick snuck in there, man. Yeah.
Dude, on tabletop the other day when I was roasting Nick, and I didn't know if he saw it, and he goes, everybody was talking. He goes, hold on just a minute, but before we get started, D-Day Cobra, fuck you, and everybody's like, what is happening?
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Choose not the path of fear, but that of faith.
It's almost a turnaround.
Turn
around.
Boom.
One
This
thing we
is
can do,
turn around.
better than any creature on all Middle Earth. We stay true to each other. With our
What
hearts
the heck?
This is
even
so
bigger
bad.
than our feet.
There it is. The heart is bigger than our feet. What is that line?
Holy shit.
Krista, your heart is bigger than your feet.
One more time. Here we go. Here we go.
All
One
right,
more
sorry.
time.
We stay true to each other with our hearts even bigger in our feet.
What? Homeless hobbit.
Good
What have they
Lord.
done?
Someone said
What
that's
have-
hobo baggins.
Oh my god.
This is going
my
to be so
Oh
bad.
no.
Hobo baggins. That's the
Uh,
best. Jeez.
Awful.
uh,
So bad.
I can survive this.
Music sucks so bad.
Don Lemon. He's
Yeah.
telling her we can survive these MAGA voters. We can
Don't-
survive them.
Don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody about us. They get mad. They get jealous.
Yeah.
Where the white women at?
Turn around.
Commander, wait, no.
You see who's ordering it? No, that woman's in
She's the
charge.
commander.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we keep moving. Why do you keep fighting?
There is a tempest
in me.
Here's the part where they're like, why do you keep fighting, Galadriel?
Galadriel.
Stunning and brave.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel. Put up your sword.
Don Lemon attacking MAGA right there. Memers,
There it is.
can we just get a picture of CNN right here and MAGA? And that's
I like
Don
that.
Lemon just
I like how
attacking.
they put the black elf in chains.
Yeah.
Like just to really
Yeah.
like hammer home the fucking point.
Hammer home the
You
point.
really got to understand. Yeah, it's really subtle, but it's there if you look. for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so
Yeah.
fucking bad. Ugh.
It was a reverse turnaround. You see that?
Without
Wow.
it, who am
Oh,
I?
gosh.
Without it, who
So
or what am I
fucking
to
bad.
be? This is going to be terrible. Galadriel is someone that has been respected all through the lore, and they're turning her into Rey Skywalker at this point. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like, this is going to be so fucking terrible. And I guess this is their go home trailer, because doesn't it premiere, what, about 10 days, right?
September 1st. It used to be September
Okay.
2nd. Now it's September 1st.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, boy.
So I don't know if you're just Ripple. When did you get back? You haven't seen this trailer, I'm sure.
Not
So,
interested.
I'm not interested in this anyway, but no, I saw a little bit of it. I just
Dude,
missed out.
it's got music that sounds like CW. It
Yeah.
has like
did you hear about the
for
hobbits
all
and their
the-
feet, though? Did you hear about the hobbits and their feet, Ripple?
Yeah, I saw
they're not
that.
hobbits.
Okay.
Krista
Hard
tweeted
foot.
it out.
Harfoots.
Yeah,
They
excuse
can't.
me.
What did Krista tweet out?
That line.
I
Hashtag
tweeted-
turn around.
I said, with our hearts even bigger than our feet. Hashtag turn around. I just tweeted that.
Stunning
What are
and
they
brave.
supposed to be, Ryan? Like, what kind of creatures are them?
All right, so they're not allowed to use the word fucking hobbit. They're not allowed
yeah.
to do it in this story. So they're using Harfoots, who are like what they're pretending it is that Harfoots were around before hobbits. No, Harfoots are just a type of hobbit, and they didn't exist in the fucking second age. They were never like mentioned or anything until the third age. This is not what Tolkien wrote. Galadriel's not some fucking warrior. There were no fucking black dwarves or black elves. All these characters are created for this fucking bullshit. This is not Tolkien.
And the second age was what? How many thousands of years did it span? Like it spanned several thousands of years, and I think they're making it into what, a 5 or a 10-year span or whatever.
Yeah, because they want to have like the humans that they have in this story be able to not, die in the second season.
Right,
You know what I mean? Because if you were to actually do it accurately,
know.
it would
Yeah.
be over 1,000. So the elves would still be living, but the humans wouldn't. So
Yep.
Right,
It's a big
right.
fucking mess. Yeah, they just broke the shit out of canon and was like, no, this is good. I promise. Just watch
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It's just, again, man, it's like, I don't think people, and I mean, even me for the longest, I didn't really understand how deep Tolkien's world is. It is incredible.
It's insane. There's
It
nothing
makes,
like
it
it.
makes Star Wars look
yeah.
small. I
Oh
mean,
my
like,
God. It
like
makes
a-
everything
Well-
look like it's just insane how deep and how, intertwined and how many years it spans. And They just have no desire to honor. And again, that's fine. You're going to get destroyed. You're going to get annihilated. And that's why the fans are continuing to annihilate you. But we've heard what my issue is these actors keep, these actors keep pushing nonsense into it and then acting like there's no backlash when we know good and damn well there's a lot of damn backlash, So what was you gonna say, Ryan?
Nothing.
You were answering me about.
Well, you said it makes Star Wars look small, and it's like, yeah, I mean, if you're just gonna take the movies and shit, but if you're talking about, I mean, Star Wars, right? Star Wars is fucking thousands of planets, a story spanning like 25,000 years as well. It's fucking grand if you take in all the fucking other books and media and stuff like that. So,
but now correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan.
It's not as
but
old
those
as
are
Tolkien and all.
Well, but those are because George gave so much leeway to so many different people to kind of expand his own world, right? But like,
100%.
Tolkien did all, like, this was all hit under his direct supervision or his direct mind that created all this, right? Am I mistaken?
I would say much more so than Star Wars, yes. But like, when you look at the Silmarillion Unfinished Tales, even though like that was Tolkien's story, it wasn't. There was stuff added to it and smoothed out and changed by Christopher Tolkien and things like that. So I would say that's not necessarily 100% true.
But the fandom
but
is
in terms
definitely
of the
different, though.
in terms of the like in terms of the source of the story, 100%.
Yeah. Now, I did want to, before we kind of move on to anything else, there was one other thing that I want to talk about that I haven't looked into specifically so I could hear about it directly tonight from Ripa. And I know Ryan's covered it. This CBR stuff with Ripa, I haven't looked into it yet. So do we, Ryan, have you looked into that yet? I think you made a video, right? Didn't you
I made a video about it. So I made a video about it after this dude I saw going back and forth with Rip, and this explains why the biggest story in the comic book industry has not been covered by comicbookresources.com.
Damn
and it's
right.
because they can't stand Ripa's success. And I didn't have a chance to dig too deep into it. All I knew that the guy was talking and he was bragging about being able to afford like $70 a week at the comic book store and have a Disney annual pass to take the two children from like some other man that his wife probably had, and so they can go to Disney and enjoy themselves. That's really all I know about this piece of shit. But I know Rip has been talking about it a lot.
Well, yeah. So Ripple, what exactly went down? Because I don't know. I saw you were talking about it. I know Ryan was talking about it, but I didn't look too far into it. So I wanted to find out about it live tonight. So,
well, I mean, I never obviously expected these weirdos to like cover it. Definitely, if they were going to cover it, it wasn't going to be objective. I think the biggest like mainstream kind of access media website that covered Riververse stuff was the Bleeding Asshole, and that guy Dick Dixon over there who wrote a hit piece. Essentially, is all that it was. So the rest were either gonna just stay away from it, or again, if they do cover it, it'll be a hit piece. And CBR, of course, is supposed to be one of these big news comic books, probably arguably the biggest one, you know what I mean, in terms of media news. But with the CBR writers, if you look at some of the Twitters and what they've been saying about the company and the brand and everything, they admit that this is for sure a political organization more than it is like an actual like comic book news spot. So one of them was he called the customers brainwashed. He called of course throwing a right winger card out there and all that sort of stuff. These guys just mad that we kind of built our own sandbox. But the price, I know it's something that they're bitching about, but really it's that's just where the goalpost is right now. So all the other stuff didn't work, so they're going to nitpick it. So once it actually starts to get shipped and people start getting their books, start reading and doing their reviews, it'll move to something else. You know what I mean? And they'll find something to get mad at. But they're talking about the price being $35 for a 96-page graphic novel that's good quality. They are mad. They're pretending to be mad at that because the guys that put out toilet paper and charge you $5 for it, baking paper stapled together, and like Marvel is they charge $5, and for their 20-page books with ads in it and shit, and because we charge $35 and it's a premium quality product, well, they are certainly upset at that. But they're pretending to be mad. It's not that they're actually mad. It's just, hey, we don't like that he sees success. What can we cling to? And that's the part that they're trying to cling to right now.
Yep. 100%. I mean, it's absolutely insane. And is this objectively speaking? I don't keep up with the comic book world that much like I used to, but like objectively speaking, where would your story rank? Let's say if you were a leftist right now and you had the same numbers and the same success that you had.
I'd be the number one talk. I'd have 75 shows lined up with mainstream media.
Yep.
And you'd only make about $10,000 at that.
Yeah. I would have only made
and
that's all I had to been able to do. Well, to be fair, maybe I would have went begging some white man for money to give him 30%.
Yep.
Well, not talking about anything specific there, just analogies.
Just an analogy. Just an analogy.
Popped up in my head there. But no, like I would have been covered, of course, top to bottom. It wouldn't have been any problem. They would have fucking been, I've been the biggest thing in comic books. Doing all the press guys would have been big, having me on there talking to all the shit, whatever. It wouldn't have been nothing to it, and not get like to Mike's point. I could have been like, fuck it, I could have made $10,000, and they would have took that and look at this guy, self-made black man that's doing all this good shit. It would have been all that. They would have loved it, but hey, guy doesn't really think like them, and I want people to understand this is more about the supporters than it is about not, I won't say more, but it's on par, because a lot of it's about the audience, and it's about the audience that they have been calling racist, homophobic, sexist, all this other stuff, all you're evil, toxic, all that stuff. See, those are the folks that rally behind this project and wanted to invest in it and becoming customers. So what this is hey, there's this sandbox here that these guys have built that isn't tied to the other guys. They can't stop it. They can't really do anything about it. And they're more like, how the hell are these guys having all this fun without us? We call them all these names, and then they go rally behind this guy, and then that's more of what it is. They don't like who likes the shit. You know what I mean? They don't like that out of the customers. So, it's, and they'll sure fly, I tell you, like the guy, just for him to call, and by the way, you're a piece of shit, whatever the guy's name was, Dave or whatever his name, for calling my customer brainwashed. But that's how they feel about you guys. You know what I mean? It's they are angry at who supports this. That's just what it is.
Yep. 100%.
Well, David Harth, is that his name?
Yeah, that's his name. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clear. I mean, if you have legitimate criticism of something, we can look at like Rings of Power and point out why we have criticisms with it. We don't have to change it constantly. We don't have to. There's no like, oh, well, cool. Well, it's not going to be successful. I mean, like, we're aware it's going to be, people are going to watch the show. It's going to have a lot of viewers and stuff. We just talk about the quality of it's not going to be very good. These people have said, oh, the quality's not going to be good. Well, he doesn't even have it actually ready. Well, he's lying to you about this. Okay, well, it's not going to make that much money. Okay, well, he's pumping up his numbers. Okay, well, he's lying about how many people it is. Why is it so expensive? This is the new one right now. Why is it so expensive?
That's the latest goalpost.
They're like, why isn't it like $5? Ripple, why aren't you selling it for that much? Why aren't you giving it away for free?
You can get The Watchmen for $25. that's on its 175th reprint.
Yeah. Like if that, hell, we're probably talking closer to 300. That shit. But to put that in perspective, and that's why Brian's mentioning this is because the guy that we're talking about literally brought that up. And that is some shit that came out before I was alive. Like literally, I was not alive when that was going in the late 80s when the Watchmen comics started to come out. I was not alive when that shit started to come out. And then they compiled it and they've reprinted it a million fucking times. And 30 years in, this isn't going to be $35 if I compile the entire volume. Like let's say this ill-advised art goes 3 books. I'm not going to charge, I suck at math, whatever 35 times 3 is.
105.
I'm not going to charge that much.
It's Scott Steiner over here.
Steiner,
well, 75.
But if you take my 2/3 and no, but seriously, like I wouldn't charge that for a compiled volume. Like even if it's hardcover, I wouldn't charge that that much, But they're trying to compare me to those guys who have reprinted some volume of old fucking issues, and they're charging $30 for it. And it's like, what the fuck? This is brand fucking new. This is my investment. This is my baby. I spent a lot of money certainly on this. You goddamn right. I'm gonna fucking charge a competitive price for it. And like, I know that maybe there's viewers that don't really know the industry, the comic book industry, but folks that know it know a lot of creatives are fucking broke, right? These guys they don't have money. They're trying to chase down fucking commissions. They haven't got paid yet. And if they do get paid, it's like fucking next to nothing. And these are the folks that are lecturing me about how much the book is. And you know, one thing that you haven't heard, Gabe El Taib crying about his commissions, Cliff crying about his commissions. No, because they all get paid, and they get paid handsomely. We're already working on Ice 2, and all of them are getting fucking paid very well for it. They will never ever have to fucking chase me down, run me down for a like some fucking commission or something like that. I take care of these guys. My page rate, I'm paying these guys, Cliff, paying these guys higher than what the fuck Marvel DC is paying them, because, you know, I want them to be able to eat off of this, you know what I mean, and be able to feel good about some work, even with the next books, working in like bonuses and stuff like that. I'm trying to take care of my fucking artists more than ever what that old guard had ever pretended to do. But because there's a lot of economically illiterate people that are in this industry, they look at me and they just say, well, compared to these other fucking guys that have a print in China, they have all these deals or whatever it is, they're just costless. And it's like, what? Like, well, you're also broke. So why are you defending that? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And you go to any say like family owned like grocery store or whatever, like, because they don't have some of these hookups, because they're not buying in bulk the same way a lot of these other companies are, things are going to be priced differently. A lot of people buy local, even though it is more expensive, because they might not want to support these big, huge businesses. Like, I know if I go to the fucking little store down the street to buy eggs or something, it's not going to be as cheap as it is at fucking Walmart. Yeah. It's just part of it. And we do have to give a shout out to Gabe, because we saw him in Vegas.
Yeah, you did.
Had no idea he was going to be there. And he shows up. It's like, holy shit. It was so fucking cool to see him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But like that whole argument too about that. I mean, like, if Ripple decided to charge $80 for it and people bought it, that's on the customer to do that. That's their choice. Yeah. He ain't going, hey, if you don't buy it, you suck or anything. Like, because that's the thing too, that they didn't, because obviously they don't pay attention. They don't give a shit. But like, people are like, well, if you can't afford it, like, okay, well, guess what? There are other people that we grew up poor and couldn't buy comics right away when they first came out.
True.
They got cheaper and you bought them later because it was the point was you just wanted to read the stories. You ask your buddies about it and you get excited about the story. Like, all of that argument means nothing, because you know what? They weren't sitting there yelling at Marvel going, well, what about the poor people that can't buy your comic books? Like,
as they put out 75 fucking books a goddamn week.
Yep.
And your favorite characters in like half of them. And you know, if you tried to, even with a Peter Parker, good luck fucking trying to keep up with his ass every fucking week. You know how much money you'd have to shell out with his appearances and all that. And even then, for those that don't understand the market's all fucked anyway. And these guys are so protective of this. But prior to this past couple of years, it changed. It got kind of broken up more into like 3 kind of publishing houses that are handling the big dogs. But for the most part, it's still Diamond. And really, up until right before the pandemic, it was Diamond exclusively. Diamond is a distributor. When you buy comics, Marvel does not distribute their own comics. DC does not distribute their own comics. Marvel and DC, work with Diamond, and Diamond still has an exclusive deal, I think, with Image. So I think all of Image's comics are going through, and Boom as well. I don't think they have the exclusivity anymore with Marvel or DC, but at some point it is they had. So DC do pre-orders or whatever it was. Hey, this is how many we need. Distributors would get that, obviously purchased from Marvel. Marvel gets their money. Distributors then give it to the retailers. Right. And Diamond has this own, like, if you go to their website, you can get in as a retailer, you can get in as a vendor or whatever. So basically you're like the third person to get the book when you get it from the rack on either online from online retailer, like a direct retailer, not like an aftermarket or you go to your local comic book shop. You're like the third person to touch that fucking and Marvel and DC has long gotten their fucking money. So there's these things, these variants, there's these like special covers, and these guys get so fucking lazy, and they've been doing this for a while, to be fair. Some of these goddamn variant covers that they do are like a slight color adjustment. Sometimes it's not even a full new art. It's like a slight different color palette of Spider-Man being on the same goddamn thing. But they kind of, it's not extortion, but it's grimy business practice, because they're like, hey, if you buy 50 of these comics, one of them will be one of the special variants, and because of that rarity, obviously they're not going to sell that for $4 or whatever. That variant right out the gate is going to cost you $40, $50, depending on how rare it is. It might be even fucking $500. Or some Amazing Spider-Man books that come out like a week ago that the variant that are fucking like $500. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. That's how they do it. And that grimy shit is allowed to exist, and nobody's griping at Marvel for their like ridiculous business practice, or DC business practice, or Images, or any of these guys' business practices as they do that. But God forbid me, all of the covers cost the same, whether you got it fucking signed or you got it regular. It was the price. We didn't change or do anything. It was the price. And it was $35 or it was $50 if you got the signed version. And these motherfuckers are trying to give me shit when you got Marvel palette swapping the same fucking cover to basically pimp retailers into purchasing that shit so they can sell it for a higher value. They do that shit, and it's so regularly happening in this industries. And those are the people that protect that bullshit. And only people that get fucked out of that are the retailers, obviously. Of course, they're the ones that get fucked out of that because they're having because think about it. I buy 50 comics of Miss Marvel to get this fucking special variant. You think I'm selling them fucking 50 Miss Marvel books? Fuck no. Them bitches is going to be collecting dust on that. You're not going to be able to sell them at $4. They'll be in that fucking 50-cent bin by the end of the month. Because nobody fucking wants that shit. And those are terrible business practices. And yet the major indies and the big two are doing that shit. And CBR and all those fuckers ain't fucking giving them shit for it. But I charge $35 for a quality American printed book that is as sturdy as all get out. And these motherfuckers trying to give me shit. Like, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Fuck those fucking guys.
I guess they don't think your autograph is worth that much. That's probably why.
That's fine.
That's the thing. If it's going to be that argument this time, then it'll be another argument the other time. And like
they'll move it. The book will come out, then they'll move it. They'll move it to something else. It'll be a panel that they got.
Story is stale.
Yeah.
Or I've read this before. My favorite was somebody the other day was complaining. They're like, look at his card. It looks like blah 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 card. They're like, that's not the card. That was a comparison of how big it was compared to another card. And but it don't matter to them, that But like, listen, I get into the weeds on conspiracies and shit, and I can't understand what these people are trying to come at with. Like, he's like, well, Ripper probably like pumped the numbers up with this, and he bought it, with like a shell company, and he sold that money to this company, and he probably got PayPal on the down low, and they're probably faking holding it.
Sophisticated, man.
I was like, this is great. Why did he put that much time and effort into this?
What a criminal mastermind I fucking was, man. To do that shit. I didn't be writing a comic book about that.
Yeah. I'm like, I've keeping your
never
YouTube
seen
channel busy, that's for sure.
I've never seen the level of like just twists and turns. I'm like, this is nuts. And Ripper's is like, that's not it. And they're like, well, we'll prove it. And he's like, I don't need to prove it. Like, I got a comic book already. And they're like, give us all your information. We got to see he's got a fake warehouse.
It represents the warped kind of Twitter world that they live in. You know what I mean? And it is. Twitter is such a weird place. And I haven't even been using it that much lately. Especially not as much as normal. Like, I used to would like scroll all day just looking for stuff that's going on or whatever. I don't really respond to people anymore. If I get a story or two, that's great, but it's just such a these people live on this platform, and that's their view of the world. They don't understand that is not representative of the real world at all. But it has twisted people's minds up big time. And yeah, I mean, Ripa's success or failure determined their entire existence. So if it would have been a failure, then they would have acted, one way, like making fun of his failure. If it would have been a success, now they're like trying to comprehend why it's a success. And, like we look at stuff that, we obviously cover movies, and if with something, does well, we'll talk about it. If it doesn't do well, we'll talk about it. But like these people, their existence is behind all of this. And the things that they say, like I've seen some of these conversations about me, about how they speculate about my personal life and my real life. And I'm like, holy shit, man, these people are completely demented. It's crazy what they are like. It really is.
You remember 3 months ago, Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers was dead. Nobody was.
The
whole channel was just dead. They don't do anything. They've never done anything.
Yeah.
Well, these meetups are probably fake. They're probably paying people to be there. Like, it's just crazy, man.
Wait, did people say that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did they?
What? Oh yeah, I've seen people talk about that. Yeah, that the meetups are not real. That people are faking their meetups. And
I mean, I have seen the whole paid actors bullshit out there. I guess you're right about that. I have.
Yeah,
seen that.
and these people are giving Alex Jones shit.
Yeah, they're like, they're like, look how small their room is at the Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Why don't they have a main panel? Why aren't they on stage A with Marvel? Like,
bro. well, just to be real, when we went to Anime Matsuri, we got the biggest fucking place. We had the biggest.
But they didn't talk about that. They only talk about they're like, why do they got a side room in a building? There's probably not that many people. Show the room, it's full of people. Well, that's never gonna happen again. And then now it's all of a sudden Anime Matsuri is like a problem. Like now, it's just constant change in the narrative.
Like they're aggravated, or rather angry, at the customers and the audience. That's what they really have spite for you guys. They don't like you all. They don't want to see you smile. They don't want to see you happy about anything. They don't want to see you be anything other than as miserable as fucking they are. Yeah. So the idea that there are people that they are ideologically like different from, that they consider their enemies, are doing things and it resonates with people. People like it. People enjoy it. People are coming out to support it. That like breaks down fucking everything, because they have a way that they think we are, right? We are like, hey, everybody's just weird, like incels, losers. Nobody gives a shit about these fucking people. Their opinions don't fucking matter, blah, blah, blah. And then you see, like, even comparatively speaking, like for the Riververse stuff with ISOM, and us having an account for over 53,000 books already, you know what I mean? It's not even the fucking end of the campaign. That destroys, it's over double of what the top American graphic novel sold last year. You know what I mean? By way of the North American North American comic shops. So we did that and we doubled it, which again, this should be the biggest story in fucking comics, that a guy came out of nowhere, didn't need any major publishing or anything like that, and came and did that. It's the sandbox thing. You know, Razorfist talked about this in his video when the Riververse stuff first popped off, about how it's all going back to these guys like, well, shit, we got control of an industry. Really, it's not just one entity. Like, yes, so many have fallen: Star Wars, Marvel, DC, all these things, but it's about the entertainment sector, really, that they had infiltrated. They did a fantastic job of that, and they feel that they have control of it, because they do, to be fair, for the most part. So they get off on the fact that so many people that still, for the most part, looked up to them as a means of like support, or they like, hey, I want DC to do well, I want Marvel to do well, I want Star Wars to do well, and they get off on basically, hey, look at us, we get control, and it's our ideologies, it's our social views, it's our political views that are going to be what's presented as a good thing. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's about. You, and in a lot of cases, will be presented as the enemy. And what this does, what stuff like the Riververse does, is it shows, okay, cool, you got that, you can have that shit. We're gonna build this over here, and you know, these folks came out and supported it more than what they're doing with your shit. You know what I mean? And they are trying to delegitimize it. And this is why the shit never made sense when so many folks appeal to the fact that, well, it's just people that are already in his audience. So let's assume that was true. What is the problem? Other than you don't like the audience, right? That's supporting it. Let's assume that was true. What's the problem? Why is that inherently a problem? If let's say all 53,000 books, which is not true, by the way, were purchased by people who already knew who it was that I am, and they were just wanting to support me. Let's assume that was true. What's the problem? You're mad. No problem. Exactly. You're mad that there's just this audience here, and they aren't going through you and your proper channels that you for the stuff that you deem as a proper channel, and they're doing their fucking own thing, and you don't like them for doing it. That's it. That's all this shit ever amounted to with them being angry. And it's awesome to see these guys start to telling themselves about how, like, for I don't know if I did watch a video on it, Ryan. I can't remember if you talked about that one tweet of his, the David guy, where he was like, that's like Bernie Sanders. He said something about. He said something along the lines like that's like a right-wing column, like not covering, or Bernie Sanders, or getting mad that a right-wing column didn't host Bernie Sanders. It was some of that degree that he had said, which basically confirmed that it's a political front. CBR is not a comic book news spot. It's a political fucking front.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Hey, we are a leftist fucking organization. Yeah. That's what we are. Why would we talk about a guy who wants to sell comics to everybody? Yeah. You know what I mean? And but it is funny to see these people that are just they're fucking having a meltdown right now. They're having a meltdown that Rip is succeeding. They're having a meltdown when they see stuff like She-Hulk getting absolutely fucking destroyed by everybody, Rings of Power getting destroyed by everybody, because they cannot exist in a world where we have any semblance of impact on anything.
Yep.
Like that goes against everything that they have convinced themselves to believe.
To that point, and my screen's probably my audio might crackle a little bit, but so I can share the screen, I'll do it this way. So this guy right here, a fan of ours, and he's rocking his Ripaverse shirt, by the way. But look at this, and this is him showing a picture of somebody that was mad about us, and so it's our stuff from 221B, and the guy responds. And I'm not going to show the fucking idiot, but he says, you actually wear their shit? How much do they pay you for that? What's that? They don't pay you? You do it for free? Holy fuck. That's how insane these freaks are. You know what I mean? And so
this dude, just be real. This dude's up at 3:13 in the fucking morning. Right? Go back to that other one. This motherfucker is up at 3:13 in the fucking morning, complaining that people are buying our shit.
Yep. So
these are the people that have tried to get us deplatformed, that have done everything they possibly can, and they can't because they're retarded losers. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit.
On that point, Mods drop links to Ripaverse merch. I don't know if you got any direct link to that, and then drop our stuff for 221B, because if it pisses them off that much that you guys are rocking our merch, go ahead. Show just make them really cry. Make them really cry. By the way, shout out to
just real quick, just because I know people are gonna try. My dev team right now was working on some like site maintenance shit. So if you can't get in, just you got the link. They're fixing it right now. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And shout out to my bro Gary for rocking the Geeks and Gamers shirt today with like 9,000 people watching him. Like 9,000, almost 10,000 people were watching.
They broke 10,000.
Did they break 10,000? So yeah, I saw Gary rocking the Geeks and Gamers shirt. So it looks good too. We sold a lot of those shirts in Vegas. They are available for pre-order on 221B, and we're very close to launching something else in the near future. Something else. We're working on it, so we'll give you more info on that. But yeah, drop those links. Support the Ripaverse. Support Geeks and Gamers. I love it, man. I love seeing people that create a fake boogeyman get really upset over that. I do want to say we have our guest for next week already lined up. I know that's rare for us, but we have our guest for next week. And it will be Jake the Viking. Jake the Viking will be joining us next week. Jake the Viking is awesome. Shout out to Jay for getting to know him, and now Jay, now he really he loves what we're doing at Geeks and Gamers, man. So you guys check out Jake the Viking, and he's going to be on Tuesday night's main event next week. So,
I'm glad you're spilling stuff in his truck didn't make him not want to show up.
I'm sure I'll bring that up.
He will definitely bring that up. He will definitely.
He dropped the Penhurst Asylum videos that I'm in with him for the ghost hunt on this channel.
Like a 3-parter or something, right?
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
And Jake's going to be joining us for a lot of the gaming streams. As you guys know, we're doing a lot of gaming stuff. So he's going to be playing again, Geeks Gamers Play. And then obviously Rumble, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff over there. And then locals. I'm going to keep talking about locals. Please go support us on locals if you're interested. Even if, again, you just follow, it's good for notifications. It's good to kind of, understand what's going on. And like I announced that Alex Stein was going to be on locals before I posted it to anything else, just because I appreciate everybody following us over there. But yeah, a lot of the gaming stuff, you got Modern Warfare 2 coming out, which again is still fucking weird. It's weird that I'm saying Modern Warfare 2 now when there's so many words that I can't say in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby anymore. It's really weird because
I would have loved, man. Oh man, the internet would have been so amazing, man, if like we had this type of technology and this was like the end thing during that era. And I was like this. Oh man, we could just drop all sorts of fucking game words and casual conversation.
Dude,
God, man, we would have got some good content from those days, man.
And people that wasn't around or didn't play it, you guys have no idea. You have no, like, I am hard to offend. Like, it's really hard. There were some lobbies where I'm like, fuck, bro. I
literally still remember the gamer tag of a guy that used to lobby hop and chase me around because I talked so much shit to him one time. And I'm not even kidding you. His name was C-Kick. And he would, me and my buddies would be playing and we'd see him pop up online. We're like, oh shit, he just joined the lobby. And he would just chase us around and troll us in the lobbies all the time. First time I ever almost got a nuke, he caught me in a corner with riot shield. Listen, this was a whole another time he followed me.
Mike, I want to thank you for. First of all, I know that was really tough for you, so I want to thank you for your bravery because that's why we have bully hunters now, Mike. Yeah. And if you would have had bully hunters back,
if I would have had that bunch of people defending my blackness, I would have. Yeah.
If the bully hunters weren't all women, maybe they'd be more effective.
It's just crazy though. I'm like, dude, they used to be able to chase people through lobbies. You just find out their gamer tag and you just they're playing. Gonna jump on and follow them around.
I saw a really fucking funny tweet. It was like after hearing of Andrew Tate's views on women, Blizzard has decided to hire him on as a consultant. Dude, that was fucking perfect. That was hilarious.
It's just crazy.
You see Kotaku's going after Nintendo now. Did you see that shit? Like all over a fucking group chat. There was a group chat that somebody was offended over because they were sharing offensive memes and offensive discussions in a group chat on Microsoft Teams. Get the fuck out of here.
Are you for real, though, man?
Yes.
I'll be real.
And apparently,
I don't care what happens in Nintendo because they're dog shit online service. So
they have bad online service. There's no doubt about that. But so Kotaku wrote a hit piece, and it was actually like a third-party company that's like it's kind of connected to Nintendo, but they tried to present it like it was Nintendo. It's fucking bullshit, dude. It's such a bullshit article. And again, I don't know what Nintendo's ultimately going to do, but this is how they get these big companies. You know what I mean? Nintendo president Doug Bowser, which is still funny that his name is Doug Bowser. That's so fucking weird. He announced there's going to be an internal investigation. I think that it really hasn't picked up as much steam as I hope that they hoped it would. So I'm hoping that it just kind of continues to fly under the radar. It's such nonsense. It really is.
That's the thing. Like the people that are claiming, oh, this is really good, are not people that actually care about these companies and want this. Like people are just talking shit to each other, and you're like, oh, well, we got to do something about that because what if the wrong person hears something or gets offended? And the thing is, like, even in the state of everybody knows the state of YouTube is like awful, but back even not 10 years ago, the people that were on YouTube and the videos that were on YouTube and the stuff that people could talk about on this channel, on this platform, you could say anything just about, and you didn't have to worry about all of this stuff. And people now try to argue, well, it's a better place, but it's not. Creators are more miserable than ever. Even some of the top, creators will openly complain about the fact they can't talk about certain things. Well, I can't talk about this topic, or I can't do this because I might get in trouble for that. And everybody's walking around on eggshells, and they act like this is like actually like beneficial for them. But really, the only people that actually benefit from this is people that have sold out and went to corporations and get money from these corporations, and but even they're miserable. Like Alex said, that money doesn't make you happier. Living your life, being free to be able to do what you want to do makes us happier. So.
Yeah, 100%. And I want to give a shout out to our audience on Odyssey and on Rumble. I know we've got some super chats on both of those platforms, so I appreciate all of you. We all appreciate it. So, and yeah, I mean, I've got like with Rumble. I mean, I've been talking with them. I think I think Odyssey just has a better UI. I really do. And I know, like, I've been talking with Rumble. We're friendly. Like, Odyssey's just fucking better. It just is.
It's amazing.
It's
like, check out Rumble.
Better.
Go to Rumble. But man,
I love Rumble. I love what you're doing. But it Odyssey just is better. Like their UI is better. It just looks better. It just does. That's just a fucking fact. And I hope that Rumble will listen to some of my criticisms and constructive criticisms, and I think they will. Odyssey's on point. I'm just looking at their chat right now. It just looks really fucking good. So, and I see you over there. I see Space Monkey over here on Rumble. I see Citizen of the Universe. Let me see who else we got. We got Loran. I see over here on Odyssey. We got JM the Elite Fan. We've got Dead Fool. We've got Snow Golem 13. So again, shout out to all of you on the YouTube side. We've got Bill Sotheby, what's up, Bill? Eric K's in the house as always. Antoine Soldier, Pat Jack, David, who really does not like us, by the way. This guy fucking hates us, okay? This guy fucking hates us, and he's always in the chat complaining. I see you. I understand that you hate watch, and I appreciate it.
I don't even know who this guy is.
Oh yeah, he fucking hates us. He fucking hates us, okay? And that's okay. Like, that's fine. But
he looked like
really,
a bitch.
Yeah. So yeah, I love the fact that we've got these multiple platforms and you guys can join us on whichever one you want. But yeah, I like everything going on for sure. Let's see. So Nate says for 5 just says I stream on YouTube. God damn it, where'd it go? YouTube, Rumble, and Odyssey. And Odyssey is the only one that captured the sound. Really? Well, that probably user error.
Sounds like a you problem.
Yes, that sounds like a user error, to be honest with you. That sounds like a user error. But I'm glad that you were streaming on all those platforms because I really do. Like, I saw Rumble just uploaded a video from Andrew Tate. And so I'm going to check that out. It's on it, and I think it'd be pretty easy.
It's his final message. The first 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's like an hour long.
The first 10 seconds, like, I thought a long time about how to make this video. And I knew it needed to be concise. And then I see it's fucking an hour long. I'm like, oh, I'll watch this later.
Yep.
Somebody said they forgot what I sound like when I talk normal on a normal volume. Yeah. It's my bad. It's Nintendo's fault, really, though. I'm a victim just as much as everybody else is. So,
all right, we are going to have to get the super chats. If anybody needs to leave, I know Jay has to leave. He's a big star. But other than that, like Jay just like this clean shaven face is freaking me the fuck out. Jay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's
it
really
weird.
is.
It's really
unsettling.
It makes his eyebrows really pop.
I'm really.
I'll look at that.
Shout out to Tim Pool for the shout out today on his channel.
Tim Pool gave you a shout out.
Yeah.
Jeremy had you on his channel, but
he had the 9line guy there. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So of course they're gonna talk about me because people wearing my shirts. I paid all those people.
Yeah. Never mind. Jeremy has him on his fucking channel. Let's talk about Tim Pool. Let's focus on Tim Pool. Yeah,
you were talking about my face.
That's fine. No big deal.
It was all about, gay bathhouses and everything. It's all about round the clock sex. It's all, come on, man.
No matter what I say, the whole chat, and I love it. They just say, Jay, can you get that on Friday Night Tights? Like, can you get your shaved face on Friday Night Tights? Can you get Tim Pool on Friday Night? Like, I'm just reading all no matter what I say, it's like the chat goes crazy. On that. It's kind of funny.
It's still my favorite. Somebody said, "Who's Jay?"
Yeah, that's my favorite one. It's all good stuff.
Yeah, so my plan is we have been we obviously doing a lot of the Fortnite streams on Geeks and Gamers Play, and then Krista does her perspective on Twitch. I'm gonna have my perspective on Rumble, on Geeks and Gamers Rumble. So, and I'll be giving them some feedback on what I think they can do to kind of, up the gaming side of things over there. And look, I really appreciate that they're interested in my opinion, and not only my opinion, they're interested in your opinions too. All of you in the audience, they're interested in you. They want your feedback. They're looking at your feedback. They've told me point blank that they want to see your feedback. All the comments in Rumble, and Locals and the Geeks Gamers Locals. And I'm going to tell you about their gaming community on Locals too. I'll post that to our Locals, but they want the feedback. Imagine that, a tech company wanting the audience's feedback. What a fucking crazy idea. So yeah, good stuff all the way around. All right, Ryan, are you ready? Ryan's tired. Maybe I have to handle super chats tonight. Ryan looks tired.
I'm fucking exhausted today.
I got it too with you. So
Robert McDonald, and here's another $100. Jesus, Robert.
Let's see those claps, Jeremy. Let's hear them.
Oh my gosh. Which one is it? Is that it right there? Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that? I can't hear it.
Dude,
That feels like a sarcastic one. Yeah, it sounds like there's like 5 people in a room like making fun of the guy.
I can't hear it. I can't fucking hear it.
It sounds retarded.
How about
it sounds like 5 dudes that had just like fucking drinking some beers and cheers because their buddy like just broke up with his bitch girlfriend or something.
I know. Then you got Chimes.
Ooh, I like that one.
You got Rim Shot, which Brian Stelter's familiar with. You got the trombone.
That's good.
You got the air horn.
Ooh.
Is this what we've come to? You pushing buttons?
Music
sound?
blend. I'm not gonna let that one keep playing. But that's I've got the Rodecaster Pro 2, so I'm still trying to figure it out,
guys.
Are those the ones that are already there?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Those are the preset ones. So I haven't done any.
You got it, Ripper. You got to turn the slider up on the side thing by the buttons. You see
This
it?
one?
There you go. There you go. Yeah. But you can hear yours, right?
Yeah, I can hear mine. Yeah.
I can't hear it, but
You just
everybody
gotta
else
set
can
it up
hear it.
right.
So yeah, I know. So there's some kind of setting I'm missing.
Which
That's
one's the
cutting
air
off the
horn?
audio to me. The top right on mine.
No, that's laughter.
He's got a different one, Ripper.
Yeah,
He's got
I don't
this,
have
he's
it. I
got
don't
the
have it at
2.
all. I don't have
Okay.
it at all on either one of these bitches.
Have you hit 500K yet?
No, I don't think.
How the fuck do we have 3,500 people here and we can't get rid
Probably all
of
fucking subs.
they're already
I
fucking
know. How many more?
We're at it's 400. Well, basically 870. So yeah, about 130.
130. I thought you only had like 100. Did you lose some? Did I
No,
make people
no,
unsub
no,
from you?
it's just a telly, man. They're already subbed. Everybody is already fucking subbed, man. The ones that
So
are gonna
Rippa's
sub.
about to hit 500,000 subs. It's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, so Robert McDonald for $100 in Lord of the Rings. The only time Galadriel was armored up was when she was looking through a mirror darkly. When Frodo offered her the ring, and she said no, she opted to diminish rather than armor up and become a warrior queen. They're 100% gonna this is gonna be really bad. So it really will be. Green-haired anti-liberal. Notice I said it right, so don't whoop my ass. Always about an hour behind on Tuesday night or Tuesdays now, but I wanted to send this. Consider it a donation to your meetup travel fund since they are for free. Much love to all. Couldn't figure out Streamlabs, so added extra to cover YouTube's mafia tax. Thank you, green-haired anti-liberal. Appreciate you. And yes, so I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have a special guest. We're going to have many special guests at the October meetup, but one very, very special guest that I'll probably will do an interview with very, very soon. But this is going to be I think it's going to be an awesome event. So if you have not RSVP'd yet, you need to do that. You can go to geeksandgamers.com. It's on the slider on the front page. You go there, RSVP. We're having 2 different events. Please only RSVP for one or the other. That'll be October 30th at the Rosen Plaza. We're really excited about it. It's going to be me, Ryan, the whole Geeks and Gamers crew. Gary's going to be there. The F&T crew is going to be there. I don't know if Rippa's going to plan on coming down there or not for that one. Ripper, are you and Lady trying to come down there for that or not?
What for? What?
October 30th, our meetup.
Oh, the Orlando shit.
That's a big yup right there.
I mean, you got that nice ass cargo van. Come on,
I just gotta see, man.
I think you're a little busy these days. So it's all
Yeah, we need you to haul people around, Ripple.
Yeah.
We bring the cargo van down, fucking haul some tables and shit.
Yeah.
Well, we know you don't have any real product. Come on, man, just throw them in the van. Bought that van for no. It's all a grift. He just stood outside of some guy's van. He's like,
yeah, just took a picture inside someone's fucking random ass fucking.
My favorite was they're like he rented a fake warehouse to put fake boxes.
Yeah, like it's like a guy said, oh, he's moving the same 2 boxes around. I was like, dog, there's like fucking 100 boxes, right? And I shot that next video where I'm going through like, you know, because we've tagged a bunch of them, so I'm going through all of these damn books, and then the guy moved to something else. He didn't know.
Was
Like
it the
it's like,
posters?
bro,
I like how you had to show them that you actually.
yeah,
had
like yeah,
posters
they
in
were
there.
saying that too. They're like, hey, those tubes are empty. I was like, no, they're not. And I was like, here's a video of me literally pulling the fucking poster out of the tube. What is
you
wrong?
spent thousands of dollars on boxes.
Like, why would I fucking get a warehouse, man, just to fucking put fake product in it? Like, why? Like, what do I gain? That's the thing. Like, if I'm good, I have to be gaining something. What possibly could I gain from that?
Rip was like, listen, I'm gonna get these guys so good. I'm gonna spend thousands of dollars on boxes and cardboard tubes.
To be fair, we do live in a world where Juicy Smollett, pulled his, and that's the type of leftist mentality that they have. So they do think it's very possible. You know what I mean? Like that's their demented, twisted, Twitter warped minds. That's what it is. People are insane, man.
Like,
they really
somebody
are.
can investigate how much like just warehouse like just shelving and racking, how much that shit costs. This is so expensive. It is so fucking expensive, man. And if you think I would just buy that shit just to fucking buy it, holy shit, man, you're retarded.
You have to. Well, here it is. You have to convince people initially. Like once you made the first couple 100,000, you got to show them, oh, this is where all the stuff's gonna go, guys. This is it. You got to keep up the myth, Eric.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people are gonna stop donating to the grift. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Obviously, I get
Come
it.
on, man. Yeah. What are you new to this or something? What are you doing?
Tax IDs, everybody want fucking shit. I ain't never fucking my damn accountants don't be asking for that shit. So I'm like, what the fuck are y'all asking me about my federal tax ID and what?
Show the returns.
Yeah, like no returns.
Can we see? Yeah, can we see the deeds
we're
of the
not even
warehouse?
done with yet? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people, man?
Oh man,
insane.
Ashton the Slytherin for $10. I'm here to cause chaos. Thank you, Ashton. Marcus Henry for 10. I look forward to ISOM #1. I hope Ripper takes from manga and why they're destroying Marvel and DC with the comic book industry. They have heart and feet, which comic books have lost. The stories will keep people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sandy Q for 10. Might I politely inquire as to why Eric is not in the warehouse packing up my comics? Can't wait. Hail G&G. Well, obviously because they're fake.
Like, hey, why is you're supposed to be so busy? Why aren't you tweeting at why are you tweeting at 10 p.m.? You know what I mean? At night, shouldn't you be packing and shipping? I'm like, first of all, like I have employees, number one, but what the fuck am I supposed to be doing at 10 p.m.? Like fucking packing shit. Like I guess I technically could, but holy shit, like.
Are you at your home studio? Wow. Do you ever do anything? Post like 15 pictures in one day on Twitter.
That's after I've been there for fucking 12 hours before, and they're like, why aren't you still there? Like, god damn, can I go home for fucking 5 minutes? Like, shit.
Well, that's the thing. You put if you put a cot in the warehouse, be like, I'm sleeping here. I'm here all the time. They're like, fake. It's a fake cot.
Yeah, it's a fake cot. Yeah.
I think my favorite thing that someone said about Rippa's comic book was that he stole the idea from Superman 2. And they posted that picture of like Zod and like the old Christopher Reeves movie of Superman 2.
I know what you're talking about. That guy did a whole video and he's like, I'm watching this as a creative, like you're wrong literally about every fucking thing. Like here, like even all of this because that's the idea. They're talking about the Alpha Core guys. Is basically said, well, they're like Zod. I was like, how? Number one, they don't look anything fucking like Zod looks in that Superman movie, or his squad or anything. But they're just finding ways. Like the guy that said, oh, his character's biting off of Mr. Terrific. I was like, what?
Oh yeah.
Like other than them
Because
being
he's black.
Yeah,
and
that's basically
yeah.
what it was. He was too chicken shit to admit it. I was like, just say that. You know, and then there's a bunch of them. It's like, oh, he's biting. They said I was biting off an Icon as well, Icon, and I remember I think of Steph that like was like retweeted like, did this person just like Google fucking all black characters and like say that he's biting off of because they name like fucking Icon, name Mr. Terrific. I was like,
obviously he's just like Cyborg.
Yeah, and they're like vastly different characters. I'm like, how can they be all the same? That. Oh, wait a minute. What are you trying to fucking say? And they just too chicken shit to admit it.
Yeah, just say it. Oh,
yeah, just say it.
Hey, he's a black athlete. Okay. There you go. Just go Mr. Terrific. There it is.
Yeah, say it.
Yeah.
Exactly like Mr. Terrific because he's black.
It's so stupid. And I think I saw one floating around. It's like, because there's like, ISOM is an abbreviation for some like school of ministry or something.
And I obviously I'm not gonna tell. There's a reason why that's it's funny. My wife just found out about it. We were at dinner and I talked to her about like the name and stuff and where it came from and all that. And like I can't wait for people to find out about it. But that's the level of reach. Obviously, that's completely incorrect.
Obviously, just shilling this
ministry that I've never even fucking heard of, by the way. Yeah, I've never fucking heard of that. And I was like, that's not it. That's fucking not it. But there is a story. Like the name is purposeful. You know what I mean? Like it's more special to me than it is anything else. But people will find out about that maybe fucking 15 years down the line or something like that when I actually talk about it. But yeah, like these people are just trying to find shit. And meanwhile, Marvel will come up with a new Spider-Man and they'll clap like fucking seals, right? Like,
but what if I told you it's a handicap Spider-Man?
What if she's got her wheelchair webbed to her
Handyman is coming back?
Handyman.
Guys, I just want to say, Eastern time, it's 12. Happy birthday, Jay!
Oh, it's Jay's birthday.
Wrap the shirts. I have it.
Yeah, thank you.
You look so young.
Yeah. In chat.
That's why you shaved.
Another year closer to death. Thank you.
You're closer to death.
That's how I think.
Jay, 25.
Yeah.
There's only one way to celebrate
26.
it. There's only one way to celebrate it. Oh, Chris has got the rebellion shirt. Let's see.
That's all. Thank you.
Yep. Welcome to the rebellion. Krista rocking the shirt. So
love it.
There's only one way to celebrate. We get the full Canadian bear.
Thanks,
Yes.
Chris.
Canadian bear. I'm a Canadian bear. We're harmless Canadian bears. I'm a Canadian bear. I'm a Canadian bear.
Oh my god, I love it.
Happy birthday.
I had to wear that thing
That's
I wore that thing for 2
love
days
track.
straight. I think I like sweated out like 50 pounds of
My favorite one was when he was walking and he just looked so defeated. He was just like his back turned. He was dragging his shit behind him.
That was a
He was
long
like,
day.
"What's the matter?" And he's like, "It's hot."
I said it's
tired.
been a day. It was a long day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you.
Y'all look at Alex's recent tweet.
Yeah, he did. He responded to Team Portnoy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Team Tom 99.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm retweeting it right now. Okay. All right, for
Country
immediate
is
release.
falling apart,
Yeah. Sorry. Our country is falling apart. Failed reality TV stars like me, Alex Stein, Primetime 99 is trolling Dave Portnoy, the last true American hero on Twitter. I get it. I failed at reality TV, and I get it. Online gambling corporations and government agencies don't like my content. So last action hero Dave Portnoy can't post it. But I'm Alex Stein, primetime 99, always on the grind. I don't want hate and divisiveness. I want love and unity. I want positive vibrational energy. I want to stand alone together with brave and heroic employee of Mega Gambling Corporation, the real American hero, Dave Portnoy. Let's all unite behind Dave Portnoy's brave and heroic leadership and his inspiring message. Let's validate him and not criticize him for being pro-choice. He likes to kill babies, but he's still beautiful. Let's follow Dave Portnoy's example and reject the hive mind and instead unite behind Dave Portnoy and stop criticizing him and stop posting content that gambling corporations and government agencies disapprove of. Hopefully then our broken country will become united again. Thanks, Dave. You're the best. Holy shit, dude.
Wow. Damn.
That's awesome.
God, dude. Oh,
Dude,
he's
that's
so
nuts.
fucking funny.
You got the
Like,
same font too. Like you use the
Yeah.
same font.
It's pretty good.
That dude, this is what this is. Dave's kind of shtick and his gimmick, it's gotten him in big trouble. He finally fucked with someone that he can't defeat. He's done this so many times. He's done this online, kind of fight so many times. And again, I want to be clear, like, I am heavily critical of Dave in this situation because he has completely looked like a fucking idiot. I love what he's done with Barstool. I respect what he's done with Barstool. I'm inspired by what he's done with Barstool, but he's really showing that he has lost touch. And I think, like I said, Quartering said it best, where he's like, he's really lost touch with what stoolies are. He really doesn't have a connection with his audience anymore. And Alex Stein is not going to let this go, and he shouldn't.
No. I love that Alex was like, listen, it's going to be bad for both of us. That's how you know you fucked up. Because like he's not like, I'm going to destroy you. He's like, oh no, we're both not coming out of this clean. It's just that I'm okay with it. Like, yeah.
He decided to roll in the mud with a pig like me.
That's what he said. That's the best. That's the best thing ever.
Yeah, the most terrifying
Self-awareness.
person, yeah.
Self-awareness, man. It's a great thing. Holy crap. Alex is fantastic. God damn it. So good. I want to find that clip of Portnoy responding to a joke. And again, it's not a gotcha as much as it's just like it's showing context. Like this guy, he used to be what he's criticizing now. Go ahead, Ryan.
Captain High Rule for $10. Rule number 1 of Rippaverse Warehouse. All bubble-blowing bad actors will be beaten senseless by every able-bodied worker in the warehouse. Is that true?
Can't confirm. Or deny.
Well, you're trespassing if you walk up in there, so I guess kind of.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise anybody doing that, man. Like, I'm not even joking, man. Like,
It's probably easy to clean up in there too. So.
Don't do that, man.
No carpeting.
Well, it's a fake warehouse. He'll just change it later. He'll just go to another one later.
Don't do that, man. Like, that'd be so bad, man.
Jay Darklighter for 10. Look at that baby skin chest being exposed. Dave has less hair on his body than a dolphin with third-degree burns.
Okay, I think I found it. Yeah, the criminal order is on it. Oh, God damn it. Now, this is what happens when you take that moral superiority bullshit, okay?
Some critics also say that blackout parties promote an atmosphere that puts women at risk.
You posted the following on your site. I never condone rape, but if you're a size 6 and you're wearing skinny jeans, you kind of deserve to be raped.
Correct. I stand by that. I think it's a funny joke.
That's the guy who's offended over Alex Stein. That's the guy. Okay? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with that other than this
No,
tank top he was wearing.
I have nothing. Yeah, Dave didn't give a fuck. He's never really given a fuck until now. Now suddenly he gives a fuck, apparently. But I have no problem with the joke, by the way. Okay, so I'm jokes are jokes. And for the one time I did say something about jokes, I admitted my hypocrisy when I was talking about James Gunn. With the shit he said about kids. You know what I mean? And I was like, this is over the line. And people were like, wasn't that hypocritical of you? Yeah, it is fucking hypocritical of me. I'm owning it. But that's the line I will not cross. You know what I mean? That's the definitive line I don't think anybody should cross. But hey, it's neither here nor there. If Dave would just own it at this point, he'd be in a lot better shape, man, because he is trying to be in a pissing contest with somebody he cannot out-piss.
Yeah.
Alex is not going to let him win. So good, dude. I love it.
The Happy Plague Doctor for 10. I can't believe this is real life. Like, we would ever win this. It says Lyle, like we would ever win this. Well, thank you, Happy Plague Doctor.
Thank you.
Jay Forte for 10. I learned today that I share a birthday with my favorite baseball player, Cal Ripken Jr., but also drunk 3PO.
Huh. Happy birthday.
There you go. Happy birthday, Jay Forte.
You know who else's birthday is today? Vince McMahon.
Really?
Yeah. And Dave Chappelle.
Oh, that's dope.
The Vince deal is kind of interesting because now, for record, I think it's bullshit that they ran him out, but I think they ran him out not for the reasons they claim they ran him out. They ran him out because he wasn't useful anymore.
Yeah.
He wasn't useful. He's too damn old. He's not a benefit to the company anymore. So that's why. It's not like this is breaking news, what they found out, but it's interesting because Vince McMahon is the guy that ran Hulk Hogan out of wrestling for a long time after the leaked tape of him using the N-word, and they literally just wiped Hulk Hogan off the face of the earth in terms of the WWE. You know what I mean? And then they brought him back later on. And it's just like, now you're getting eaten alive by that same corporate bullshit, that you ran Hulk Hogan off with.
Well,
so,
I've been hearing a lot of rumors that since he left, I heard that they're going back to like TV 14, and then a bunch of moves that have been banned, they unbanned moves. And there's been like a big focus on like actual like wrestling and technicality. A lot of the locker room is like way happier now than they've ever been because they can actually do like wrestling again. They don't have to worry about constantly trying to,
It's almost like this entire thing was planned to be like, hey, let's do all the stuff that people have been asking for as soon as Vince leaves to get everybody on our side. That's almost like how it feels.
It does.
Vince did lose.
Yeah.
Connection with his audience in his later years. There's no doubt about that.
Well, one of the things Punk wasn't wrong about was he's a millionaire that should be a billionaire, but he makes money despite himself. So
yeah.
Yep.
He's a legend, man. He created everything that we know in the wrestling world. He is the standard that will never be replaced in that term. But yeah, I can't see wrestling ever getting back to where it was, though. It'll never hit its glory days. So I can't be interested. Like I said, we brought up Ric Flair. I will not watch Ric Flair's final match, and it really is because I've already seen his final match, and it was against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, and it was one of the greatest moments in wrestling history, and it was beautifully done, beautifully executed. That is Ric Flair's last match in my own headcanon, I guess. So
yeah.
Carnal for 15. Last time I was in San Francisco, I went downtown looking for a woman. You know what I mean? I wanted a woman. I couldn't find a woman. Found a lot of men that
look like women.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
Telling you like it is, baby. You belong in San Francisco.
Michael Kunkel for 10. The propaganda of Melkor is strong in this trailer. Yes, indeed. I agree. And Nakmaman for 10. The CBR guy said, why spend $30 on ISOM when you could spend $9.99 on the adventures of Kim and Kim? That's like asking, why eat a delicious steak when you could get violated by a rhinoceros?
It's actually pretty good.
Steven Lanudo for 10. Bought my Cover B and Yaira shirt because I can and want to. I can judge it for myself without someone wagging their finger at me. I look forward to getting my stuff. Hail, Rippa.
Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you.
I got this one on Streamlabs. Greg from Art of the Roll says, I hate you all. My wife watched your fast food ranking video and now constantly craves fast food, especially Five Guys. So I'll also watch me GM Starfinder, Pathfinder, D&D on Twitch, Art of the Roll in YouTube, Fellowship Gaming with fans of Geeks and Gamers. G&G Gilded So
Yeah.
that's awesome. So I'm really happy that you guys enjoy the fast food ranking video. That I love that video. Alaska Jeff did a great job. I love his Alaska Jeff name now. Like, have you seen his profile picture? Like, look at his profile picture. Let me
It's
show
like
you
a
guys.
fucking Walmart t-shirt.
It's so fucking funny, dude. It's so funny. And again, you're going to be seeing a lot more from him on Geeks and Gamers in terms of his editing. But anybody that knows him, like, this is so fucking funny. Look at his fucking profile.
Why, Jeff?
Oh my gosh.
That's like something you fucking like one of the blankets and shirts you
Yeah.
get from Walmart in the 90s.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
Grandma's
It's so good.
He better put that on a shirt and just wear it himself.
Yeah, you guys
I'll wear
give Alaska Jeff a follow. He's fucking great, and he's a hell of a character, man. He's a hell of a
Scary. I'm not staying in the house with him. You all laugh, but I'm telling you, like, I'm gonna stay somewhere else and then be like, has anybody heard from Jeremy or anyone? Something happened to him.
I gotta bounce.
You gotta bounce.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before you leave, I want you to stay here while I give everybody a sneak peek at the beginning of the Fortnite video.
Ooh,
I'm just gonna give them. I'm just gonna give them a sneak peek at the very beginning. It's only the video is not very long.
Not very long.
Now it's not a very long video, but it's a 4-parter. So I'm gonna give you guys just like a 5 or 10 second sneak peek is all you're gonna get. Okay, so this is gonna be released tomorrow. Okay, here we go.
I'm excited.
Right here. All right. That's all you get right there. That's all you get. Tomorrow, the full thing will be out. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it does well.
Looks so good.
Yeah, it's really well edited. I'm really proud of it.
So good.
All right, Mike, you got to get out of here. Tell them where they can find you. Bro.
Yeah, man. You can catch me every Mondays on the D&D live or the D&D tabletop. Secret of the Frostmaiden. It's a great time over there. You can catch me here pretty much every Tuesday or whenever Jeremy invites me. Catch me every Monday and Wednesday on the Epicverse podcast. And then you can catch me on my Twitch at @the_epic_Mike. So yeah, it'll be a good time. So thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. You guys have a great night.
Bye,
All
Mike.
right, buddy. Have a good one, man.
Mike. See you
Talk to you
later.
guys later. See ya.
Yes, Ryan is in the Fortnite video. Shockingly enough, he's kind of the star of it. He's kind of the star. So,
Ironically enough, yeah.
What are you gonna do?
He has the most lines. He's pretty much the star.
He's a good actor. He's a good actor.
He's really good. Like he's on point. So,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the reaction from people. I hope it's good.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Yo Jitsu for 10. Happy birthday, Jay.
Thank you, my dude. Yo Jitsu.
Yo Jitsu.
Your super chat didn't get skipped. Ezra Miller's cellmate. we're going through them right now. We're going through them right
that earlier. I laughed.
Joe Spinella for 5. Money doesn't change people; it reveals them. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Joe. What?
Well, you don't start from the top, huh? Okay, hang on.
There is a
well,
that's cameo.
That's the important super chats. That's
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a Krista cameo in the Fortnite. Not in this one, I don't think, but like in future ones. She's in because like I said, there's
3,
4
maybe?
parts. So yeah.
Doc number 27 for 5. Alex, the court jester we need to point out the absurdity of our current kings. That's true. Thank you, Doc number 27. Heron of Alexandria for 10. Any new food orders getting messed up in Vegas, Ryan? I'm sure there are plenty of times. Take care, everyone on the panel. Alex is looking very handsome tonight. I'm glad we didn't read that while he was here. His head's already big enough. But I had one thing where they forgot my pancakes at IHOP. I was the last person to get my fucking food, even though I was like one of the first people to order. It was just like Denny's, literally just like it was at Denny's in Houston. And she tried to play it off like, oh, they're still making it. Bullshit. Absolutely not. So, but I eventually got it. It was pretty good though. Kane for 2. Alex, would you actually hit that big butt Latinx? By hit, you mean like tap? I think he would. I mean, Alex is a virgin, so I don't know if he'd want to lose his virginity to a whore like AOC, but maybe. You never know.
Maybe. You never know. I think so,
though. Kate C, a.k.a. Snake Plush Kitten, for 10. Dave Portnoy putting the stool back in Barstool. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is good.
Stool.
Did you get John Thomas's?
John Thomas for 20. That didn't sound like a joke. Piece of shit had Tate on his show because he agrees with him. Potley Boy also looks like Guido the Killer Pimp in that shirt. Madoff had a big empire too, but not what I'd call a role model. Well, I actually like him and Tate disagreed on some shit in that thing, and that's why people are saying he got kind of roasted by Tate, because Andrew Tate would say one thing that was like, look, there's just certain things that men are better at than women are at, and women are better at some things than men. And Portnoy would be like, well, I mean, obviously everybody agrees with that. And then he'd be like, well, I think that in general, I'd want a man flying my plane. And Portnoy was like, well, I wouldn't say that. Then you'd go like person by person. It's an individual thing. He's like, Dave, you're telling me right now that if you were in a plane, that you were about to go in a fucking hurricane, you had a 50-50 chance of making out alive, and you looked in the pilot room and you saw 2 men in there vice 2 women, you wouldn't be more worried if there were 2 women vice 2 men? And he refused to actually respond to the question.
I 100% agree with Tate on that, by the way. Yeah, I think
it's not like he's saying there can be no women pilots. He's just saying that your odds are probably better. Just dumb shit like that.
Samurai Vader. There was a meme I want to show. It's a woman driver meme. Krista, do you have that one?
Yeah.
Krista's neck looks funny on that meme.
Well, this is from the Fortnite stuff, because every time I can't find it, but every time
the one of her. You didn't see the one of Krista?
Is it? There's a few. Oh, is that what are you
the
referring
woman
to?
driver one? The woman driver meme. There was a woman driver meme that someone made, and
just
I can't
now,
find
right?
it now. I don't know if it's just now, but my mentions are not working on Twitter for some reason. All of a sudden, go ahead, Ryan. Keep reading.
Okay. Samurai Vader for 2. Ripa. Charlie Murphy passed away. Hashtag Krista hits pipe.
I found it.
Mario Kart.
Here we go.
Ezra Miller's cellmate. You guys know how? Hold on, we'll laugh at this.
Woman driver.
Yeah, that is a woman driver.
I want to make some merch that literally just says "woman driver on board," and then you can buy it if you're a woman. Slap it on your car, so this way people know. They're like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Look at how weird your fucking head looks in that.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's all.
Jay said neck.
Well, your neck is wrinkly in that picture. It's like
That's not my neck. Not her neck.
I know. I'm saying. Well, it's her neck on the picture. It's like got like
you got a
penis
turkey neck
wrinkles
in it
or something on there.
It looks like Caitlyn Jenner.
And look, he looks happy that she caused that wreck.
Whenever she's just driving on Fortnite, it is an adventure. It is an adventure.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that made Caitlyn Jenner be like, "Oh, I guess I'm a woman now." When she ran over a dude and killed him. I must have been destined to be a female driver. Ezra Miller's cellmate for 5. You guys know how Ezra's doing? I haven't seen him in a while, and I've been missing his booty ever since he dropped the soap. Also, Portnoy is a beta male. Thank you, Ezra Miller's cellmate. Enrico Palazzo for 5. Ryan, you're completely welcome for the WM autograph.
Hold on a second. Is that Enrico Palazzo from the Naked Gun movie?
Maybe. It says, Ryan, you're completely welcome for the the Willie Mays autograph. Oh my fucking God, Enrico. Yes. So Enrico Palazzo. Yeah, that is not his gender. So I do believe it's from that. He is the guy who not only gave me, and I'm getting it shipped here because I couldn't take it home with me. So I'm getting it shipped to my house. It should get here on Friday. He gave me this awesome Stormtrooper helmet on a spike. And he also gave me a Willie Mays autograph, which I'm so fucking excited.
Wow, that's incredible, man.
So,
framed.
yeah, I'm
Just
gonna
hanging
do
up.
something with it. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy, you will have to make do with the GI Joe Jeep and the Snake Eyes diorama. Have a
Holy
good
shit,
show.
man. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's unbelievable. I'm going to go show it right now. I'll be right back. But it's unbelievable. Hang on.
Let's see. Trucker Rob for 5. Mike, what have you done with Satan? Release my DM and no one gets hurt. I know the general areas in which you are located. Who's that to? Mike. Mike, oh, he's gone now. I was like, who is Mike? It just left. Shaker Maker for 5. All the leftists angry with Ripa's success are upset because they're finding out the hard way that the money is on the other side.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I got the G.I. Joe Jeep over there, but I was going to show the Snake Eyes off from full screen. Let's see. Right there. Look at that, dude.
Nice.
There's a wolf there.
That's timber. That's timber. There we go.
Ooh, wow.
That is awesome.
Is that like his?
Yeah,
wolf
it's timber.
or-
Yeah, Snake Eyes and timber.
Oh.
That's badass right there. So thank you so much. You guys were awesome. There's also somebody gave me a GI Joe of me.
Show that one. That one's good.
That's from Riley.
That's from Riley. Let me go get the GI Joe of me.
J.S. Pena for 2. Hail Killer Clowns. Thank you, J.S. Pena. Gerald Armstrong for 5. Portnoy's been unhinged since Roe v. Wade leaked. I mean, he's had some fucking real bad takes since then, that's for sure. Gerald Armstrong for 5. Barstool is beholden to Penn National. Yeah, and like that's the thing about that video. I feel like the gambling thing was pretty early on, and the excuse was like, oh, well, we didn't watch the whole video. It's like the gambling part's near the beginning.
Yeah.
Like the
That's
end
all
is
it
all
was,
like
yeah.
the sleeping with a dude shit.
Mm-hmm. It just feels like it was more anti Alex Stein than anything else, but whatever, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so here's I'll try have to block my right there. Full screen me, Ryan. So right there. Look at that shit.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
That is freaking awesome, dude.
Blurry.
I know. I'm trying. God damn it.
Go closer with your hand, like covering your screen. Closer.
Trying. God
Sound
damn
like
it.
You're not
closer.
going closer.
With your entire hand, go closer. See if that works.
Duck your head underneath the desk.
Oh my gosh.
Well, fuck it. Either way. Look. Either
Fail.
way. You saw it at first, but it's pretty badass. And so Riley, thank you so much. Riley was cool as hell. It also has like a little a cup of I guess Dr. Pepper or apple
my
juice or
goodness.
whatever.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
that, and it's got the Cobra Commander helmet along with it. So yeah, dude, freaking, we have the best fucking support on the internet, and it's just unbelievable, man. I mean, you know, I don't know what we did to deserve it, but we damn sure appreciate it. So I did post it on my Twitter.
That's
so
true.
if you, as a matter of fact, I can just share that right now.
That would have been
That way
the smart
everybody-
thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Wheezy Bird for 2. Also, Lofty Pixels made the best meme about Alex.
He really
the
did.
intro we
Video
saw.
was great.
Yeah.
There it
Yeah,
is
there
right
it is.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah, we played Lofty's
That's sick.
so there it is right there.
Cool.
And
The
then
GMG logo.
somebody also gave me that one with a card,
Wow.
you know.
That's
So yeah, super freaking cool, man. Just got the best support system, period, man. Amazing.
Very cool. Albert Nato Retro for 2. She-Hulk fears Steph.
Yes.
Why? Did I
I
miss
hate
that earlier?
She-Hulk. It's
Oh.
terrible.
It's
It
pretty
is
fucking
really
bad.
Honestly, I appreciate it. Every video I make on She-Hulk gets 100,000 views. So please keep bringing the terrible content, please.
Albert Nato Retro for 5. Barstool Dork sounds as hypocritical as Jimmy Kimmel, who's Mr. Me Too after how many years of doing the Man Show and playing Guess What's in My Pants.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Modalicious
It is shocking. It's just shocking, man. Dave is, I don't know, man. I don't get this. This is so between this and I get the I get the what's his fucking name, Andrew Tate. I kind of get that one. You know, Tate's just, you know, whatever. I get why Dave didn't want to like completely agree with everything he's saying, but like Alex Stein, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? Like, what's the big deal? He's a troll. He's just an asshole on Twitter, and goes out and trolls people like a jerk. And that's his gimmick. That's his shtick. But for him to make such a big deal of this is so strange, man. Whatever.
True. Modalicious for 5. Apparently, Comic Namor was originally a ginger. Add 1 more to the ginger sideboard. Is it true, Ripa?
I don't remember that. I don't recall that.
The covers that I like first, I remember seeing him on. I think he has dark hair, but I don't know though. I don't know if that's like the first one he's ever in or not. Wouldn't surprise me though. Goblins Unite for $5 on Epic Mike. What day is it? What was that from?
That was did he send that tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Because he sends those during Mario Kart usually.
Ah, there you go. What day is it? So yeah, it's Tuesday, not Saturday.
Okay. So he usually sends those on Monday or Sunday night Mario Kart.
Malik Gurley for 2. Ryan could know when the world ends and say nothing. What does that mean?
Sounds like a Ryan thing to do, meaning you're just a piece of shit.
I mean, I would probably let everybody know, freak them out.
No one would believe you.
That's true.
Some people would. I think I could make it believable enough. Albert, not a retro for 5. Tate's a slimy pickup artist. Pickup artists are beta males at best. I've got no use for him or his opinions. However, he shouldn't be censored. Thomas Fenton.
Thank you, SPD girl.
For 2. Should be a skit for Better Call Stein. Better Call Stein. Which one would that be? I'm not sure, but I agree. It'd be fun.
I recommend Better Call Saul. I recommend Better Call Saul. If you've seen Breaking Bad. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, watch that first, then watch Better Call Saul. And it is some of the best television you'll ever see.
Mike Hill for 5. Think you get Hijabi Gamer to come back to play Fortnite with the crossover of Destiny 2?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy that they brought a Destiny 2 now.
Yeah.
I don't play Destiny, so I don't care about that personally, but I think it's cool that they added them. And yeah, I wonder if she'd be, if she would want to play with the Destiny characters. I know Chris has been going crazy over this Dragon Ball event. So the Dragon Ball skins look awesome. They really do. They look super cool. So they had Blade, man. They got Blade. Whew.
They're going crazy with their skins.
Yeah. They just need some more G.I. Joe. They need Cobra Commander and Storm Shadow.
I want to say this because there's probably a lot of people that don't even know about this, but apparently there's rumors that Fortnite's going to have Lord of the Rings skins.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope because if it's Rings of Power, it's going to be so fucking bad.
It probably will, though. It probably will.
I just want Gandalf so I could do that line.
Gandalf?
That's all I do the whole time. I'm about to start coughing. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Mute him.
Went off camera, too.
I felt it coming on. I felt it.
Well, yeah, you were talking like a frog.
Yeah.
Gandalf.
I was like, I got to finish this thing.
Dylan Biggs for 2. It's a goddamn conspiracy. Thank you, Dylan. Void Wraith for 2. I got news for you. Means you're gay.
You just have that sound, Jeremy.
You get Chris Farcella's 20?
No, I'm going down all the ones. Here we go.
Let me get it. Ryan, the other day, this is for Chris Farcella, $20. Ryan, the other day, I watched an EVS live stream where he EFFed a video of Jody ranting about you. He made the keen observation about you that I wholeheartedly agree with. He said, you look like an unborn baby bird. Okay.
Well, everybody needs content, I guess, but I'm surprised you could hear him say it, Chris. I'm surprised about.
That's pretty good.
But thank you, Chris. Void Wraith for 2. I said, I got news for you. Sci-Fi is life for 5. Jay's opening the door again like he did with the cat.
When did I do that?
We have a whole clip on it. What do you mean, when did you do that?
No, he's saying during this stream.
Yeah, during the stream.
Maybe
Jay's like fresh shaven face is freaking me the fuck out.
I honestly didn't even notice.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable.
That's how people felt about you, Jeremy, when you were growing out your beard.
Oh, yeah,
that was weird.
That was creepy.
See?
I didn't like that.
That was weird. Jay Forte for 5.
Do it again now.
Nice to know that we read that one
light.
from Jay Forte. Weston 487 for 5. Jay, normally I'm on your side about stuff, but not today. Goofy's a dog.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
Woof.
Nah.
Can you give us your best Goofy laugh, Jay?
I do think this is the first stream when a very respected member of the media has lost their job. So we need to play this.
On Friday, I was about to go get dinner for my kids when Donald Trump Jr. attacked me in his speech at CPAC. Something about me looking like a gender-neutral potato head.
That'll never not make me laugh.
Gender neutral.
Potato
head. But he looks like a potato head, though.
Well,
Reliable sources.
Dude, the Alex Jones clip is the greatest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Looks like a demon.
I'm gonna play that if I can find it. I think it's on Rumble.
Get him off my screen.
Oh
Alex
my
Jones
God.
would be a really good voice actor.
Alex Jones is
Yeah.
this is the greatest shit ever. Let me see if I can find it really quick.
Jeremy Harder for 5. Jay brings us first world issues to discuss.
I mean, it seemed the chat liked it because look, we're still talking about it.
Guess.
Cow.
Marcus Henry for 5. We didn't land on Disney. Disney landed on us.
What does that mean?
Gilkman for 5. Thank you for verifying that Goofy is a dog. Jay blocked me because I said he was a dog and that Jay is wrong. Can someone meme Jay as Goofy?
I didn't really block you. It was just a joke. But
Goofy. Yeah.
People are taking my jokes a little serious now.
This is phenomenal right here.
Brian Stelter, there it is. Oh my God. I mean, that is a horror movie cover. Seriously, he is scarier looking than It the Clown. I mean, would you let your children anywhere near that? That is a psychopath right there. I mean, look at him. God. Oh, I mean, it cries out. Danger, danger. Alert. I am filth. I am your enemy. I would literally not be able to finish my dinner if somebody walked over and talked to me that looked like these two guys. And I'm sorry, they're not just lying anti-American scumbags that want to run us all on the ground because they're little men. They're pieces of crap. They think they're better than everybody. That's what it's about. It's the spirit of evil, and we must break them.
Jeez.
Oh
my God. That is so good.
No, it's not done.
To do joke photos like this to look disingenuous, and I can make any face I want to. I can't pull it off because the eyes, Chico. It's always in the eyes.
The music.
Oh my goodness! That picture.
Oh, hell on earth. He wants to run your life. He wants to control every aspect of your life because he knows he is a cowardly, degenerate sack of anti-human trash. I pledge before my heavenly Father that that I will resist them every way I can. These people are the literal demon spawn of the pit of hell. Look at him. And you know what? He is better than you if you keep letting him run your life. He runs your kids. He runs.
It's so good.
Oh my God,
shit.
that's hilarious.
There's one point like, get him off my screen. Panhead for $2. Technically, Goofy would be a bull. Yes. Where the fucker's horns, bro.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
They might have got him removed.
Wouldn't be surprised, freak. The ghost of Drunk 3PO's cat for $5.
What?
I guess we know why now.
Hey Jay, been a while. I heard that you hold the door open for Gina Carano now and get her coffee. I always knew you would go on to do great things.
Wow. Oh man.
Yeah, I know how she likes her coffee.
No, it's
Bethesda's lore master for $5.
Guys, hey, really quick, check private chat when you have a time. And yeah, go ahead.
All right. Yep. On it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Get out of here.
Bethesda's lore master for $5. Big Papa Pump got your hookup. Holla if you hear me.
Hell yeah, the man. Yeah, Rippa, you got to go.
Yeah, man, I got this fucking call and need to get on real quick. But yeah, man, it's been a fun one as always. I'm relying on my devs and all this shit, man. We got to get this website shit figured out. But yeah, so
I need to talk to you tomorrow, so I'm gonna give you a call tomorrow.
Okay,
so,
cool. That works. That works.
I gotta
Yeah.
hit you up about something. So,
For
and
sure.
I know you're busy, but can you practice Mario Kart? 'Cause you're falling off, bro. So
Nah, man.
Practice.
Nah, yeah. We're talking about practice.
Yeah, fucking Allen Iverson up in this bitch.
Talking about practice.
Not a game. Not a game.
All right, you guys go. Obviously, most of you are already subscribed, but let's get ripping to 500K. Let's make it
right
happen.
around the corner.
It's so awesome, man. Congratulations already. And
One Rings of Power trailer reaction will get you there, Rip.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah,
nothing would make me happier if you could do this on Jay's birthday and just kind of take any attention away from Jay on his birthday. That would probably be
Oh man,
Ripper's gonna be on my podcast in a week. So
yeah. But nah, man, it's been awesome. Appreciate all the support. We'll have some updates, all the stuff that I'm working on for you guys on the other side. But yeah, appreciate everybody, man. And yeah, 500K right around the corner.
All right, brother. Have a good one, man.
What is this?
All right, man. Yeah, I'll take it easy.
All right,
peace out.
Bye.
Jay's sharing his screen.
He's sharing my screen.
Oh no!
Look at that.
What the fuck?
Listen, my forehead's not that big. All right.
He's just born. He just got born. That's all.
It's a blue
It ain't
jay.
that big.
I think. Or no, Robin. A Robin.
Robins have blue eggs. Gerald Armstrong for 5. Steiner and Portnoy both went to Michigan.
Yep.
Did they? I didn't know Steiner did. Robbie 13 or Robble 13 for 2 says Common Core. I agree. Big Raj, thumbs up. Thank you, Big Raj. Gerald Armstrong for 5. Gina wants to climb Space Mountain. Is that true, Jay?
She doesn't. She probably won't.
Okay. Pi dollar sign for 2.
Hey. Heck.
Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Okay. Ty dollar sign for 2. Always add Kurt Angle to the mix. Big gulps, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Jess, aka SBD Girl for 2. Wait till you see what I sent Jay on Fortnite.
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh, thank you.
That'd be fun.
Oh my god, that was funny as hell.
John Kerry for 5. Jeremy rocking the Chrono Cross intro again in the background. Nice.
That's right. Too bad the fucking updated one was not as good.
Chet for $1. Thank you, Chet. MMA Crease King Jr. What's up, man? For 5 says, "Sup, Jeremy? The #1 black friend is back. Have you seen the new Dragon Ball Super movie? It's a great story. I loved it. 9 out of 10. I almost cried."
No, but Krista had me watch one Dragon Ball movie. I don't know what it was.
Broly.
Yeah, man, that one was really good.
You needed
I haven't.
because, you had to get a lot of knowledge on it because now you were like, oh my gosh, with this Fortnite skins.
Yeah. So, but the other one I haven't.
Oh man,
I
gotta get new socks, man. Like they got lines and patches on them.
Lines and
Gorsh.
That's a dog, Jay.
It's not on selfie mode. Gorsh.
I don't talk like that.
No, Goofy does.
Oh,
Johnny does.
God damn it, Jay's missing all the jokes.
I am like.
The
It's
Space
been a long
Mountain
day,
was the best.
man.
You're
The
dry.
Space Mountain was the best.
I caught it halfway through. That's why I'm like, that's what I know what I mean. That's
Probably
what
not.
Ric Flair when he talks about sex, and so that's why I was kind of like,
I don't know if she would.
I didn't know
He
what
said-
to
he
say.
said probably not, or something like that. I don't think
kinda
so.
screwed up.
I don't think she would.
It was like halfway. Well, I was trying to say something about she probably wouldn't go to Disney World, but it just didn't work. It just did. Oh, someone said
All
give a
right.
toast to Jay. All right, so I did get
Big gulps, huh? All right then.
somebody did give me a piece of toast in Boston.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, because I totally screwed up. If y'all don't know the story, I don't
Why
want
do
to.
people make that?
I think you're holding it upside down.
No, that's the mouth and the.
No, he's
eyes.
sad. Turn it like this.
Turn it around. The smile is upside down.
Yeah,
like
there
that.
you go.
He was holding it upside down.
That's the smiley face.
Well,
You're
and
holding
his
it.
forehead's big. Why does that make Ryan laugh? That I held a pillow upside down.
There you go.
I was reading something about the Star Cruiser, and it's like if you pay extra money, you could sit at this table, and one of the things that you get is a special toast. And I thought they were talking about toast, and I was like, "Look how cheap this thing is! They're just giving you bread." And then like the whole chat was like, "No, like cheers."
Didn't you
So I was
talk
like,
for? Yeah, didn't you talk for like 2 minutes just
It was-
bitching
I
about
was so-
how they're
it's-
giving you bread?
Yeah, it was awful.
Like Jay is just a walking meme at this point.
I was really embarrassed on that one because I like someone sent a super
pretty
chat.
embarrassing.
They're like, I think they meant cheers, Jay. And I just
This is
literally-
Jay. This is Jay right here. This is Jay right here.
Hey, guys. Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
Yeah, I do that, and then I get like Johnny Lawrence puts me in a headlock. Like,
Big gulps, huh?
How does that work?
See you later.
Kind of crazy.
Modalicious for 5. When watching Lord of the Rings Ring of Power trailer, all I hear is the theme song to Dawson's Creek. Yeah, the music's so off.
Somebody said Jay has Mr. Magoo energy.
It's true.
Pretty good.
That's funny. That's the guy that can't see, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Goo.
He's Mr. Magoo, yeah.
Mr. Magoo, yeah.
Mr. Goo.
Mr.
My kill
Goo.
for 5. Who wants to go to the theaters and watch this Ring of Power crap? Well, it's on Amazon, so. But yeah, I don't know. Nathan Deal for 5. Our hearts are even bigger than our feet. For the time will come soon when myocarditis will shape the fortunes of all. Holy fuck, that's good.
That is good.
Steven that way for 2. For the record, I'm not the author of those dumb tweets, LOL. No, I don't think anyone thought you were, Steven. Thank you. Hypnotic for 5. Keep it up, folks. Keep winning. We will. Fantastic Mr. Knox for Aussie 5. Great stream, fellas. Also, roast the haters. We did. Slain Hope for 5. Jeremy, what the fuck? I still can't use my credit card to make donations without PayPal. What is your major malfunction? Papa Gary can show you the way. I know how to do it, Slain Hope. I just got back literally in the middle of the stream. So I already fixed it on mine. We'll fix it on the G&G one too. So we'll take a little time. But thank you.
All right. Yep.
Jesus
We'll get it taken
Davila
care
for
of.
2. Super sticker. Thank you. Guy Manite for 5. Ripa, did you hear that that King Tutankhamun passed away? Ripa didn't hear about King Tut. My kill for 5.
Real quick, I'm gonna post on locals right now. I'm doing a test, something I saw Viva and Barnes doing. So they posted their YouTube stream, but they enabled live chat. So the people on locals can have their own chat over there. I'm just gonna test it out. So I'm posting it now. If you guys that are on there want to check it out and test it, see if it works. I have no idea if it will, but there you go.
Very cool. And thank you, King Bronan, for look at this setup. This is pretty cool. King Bronan just tweeted this out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice. Oh,
That's
look at
awesome.
the Vita patch.
Look at that. Very
Nice.
cool. Thank you, King Bronan. We appreciate
That
the
is
support,
freaking
man.
awesome. Yeah, that is super
Yeah.
cool. That is beautiful, actually. I can't wait to show the rest of that. That is awesome. All right, so right now, there we go. So
Yay,
Krista and me.
it's
So when you go to the locals feed, then you can do your own chat over here. So that's actually really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So, and I see that there's
You gotta teach me how to
Vegan
do
ones.
that because I don't. That's
Mhm.
You just post it and you hit enable
Yeah.
live chat when you on the settings.
There's Can Man, there's My Nerdy Home, there's Krista. That's
Oh.
freaking cool.
Me.
And you can over here you can post memes and gifs in the chat.
That's awesome.
Like in the live chat, you can post memes and gifs. So that's cool. Okay. That is awesome. So I'll be checking that chat and I'll be checking YouTube chat and Rumble and Odyssey and whatever else. This is why Krista's like looking at 4 or 5 different chats throughout the whole stream. So, and then Steph is clipping stuff out. So when you see those videos that we clip out from main event and they have all the editing, you know who's doing that? Me. No, I'm kidding. My nerdy home is. So
An Alaskan Jeff.
Alaskan Jeff. Well,
Mike Hill for 5. I bet everyone's so upset that HBO Max decided not to go through with Batman Cape Crusader. Yeah, it sounds like everything animated is getting shit canned at HBO Max. Like they want nothing to do with animation. But they are still potentially moving forward with it on another streaming service, which is kind of weird. Headcase Laboratory. But yes, I'm very excited that J.J. Abrams' little pet project got canceled for HBO Max. Headcase Laboratory for 2. Hail the Rippaverse. # it's rippin' time.
What is this, Jeremy?
What? I don't know. I'm just posting shit to see if it works.
Jess, SBD Girl for 5. Once I remember to go to the post office, you got Bears stuff for your new car. Nice. Thank you, Jess.
Nice.
If you haven't logged into Fortnite today, Jeremy, you got something.
Yeah.
Might play a little bit later.
Colton Lynch for 5. Rippa, congrats on $3.5 million. Can't wait till I get your comic in the mail.
Heck yeah. We're all excited.
Chris Arcella for 5. Jay's going to Taco Bell for his birthday. This is why I support him. My man, Taco Bell Unite. Is that real?
That is real.
I miss Taco Bell.
I go there all the time.
Gosh, I can't wait to get it again.
Taco Bell is fucking amazing. It really is.
Yeah. Nate's memes for 2. Look, it's Fat Joker, Batman.
What?
Look,
Who's Fat Joker?
Look, it's Fat Joker, Batman.
That's the news guy that got fired.
Oh, Brian Stelter.
Yeah.
Taker 610 for 2. And/or could be a trans ally by changing to and/or. Maybe a good one. Fantastic Mr. Knox for 5. Watch the Rings of Power trailer. Man, that's so bad. Who in their right mind thought it was a good idea to use a poppy song to market their trailer? 30-year-old women.
Yeah, it's really like that song. That song is just really misplaced.
No, it's not. Yeah, it is. It doesn't go with it at all.
John Thomas for 2. Is that Gina patch in the 221B tactile site? I don't think so. I think that's probably one he got somewhere else, right, Jay?
Yeah, it's not there.
I just assumed Jay will be the expert in Gina merch, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'm glad he had an answer.
They sold them at the cons. They had those patches at the Comic-Con.
Oh, this sounds awful. I have to go 11 months without Taco Bell. Oh, 11 months without Taco Bell. Ryan would die.
I live in Canada where I don't have it.
I live in Asia part. Sounds like shit too, personally.
What's up, Jeremy Peterson?
At least you got to feed a tiger, I guess. Brown Geyser for 5. This Saturday is the anniversary when Adam Baldwin made the Gamergate tweet. And now here we are with Alex Stein on Tuesday night's main event. What a crazy journey these 8+ years have been. Yeah, that's pretty fucking nuts. Thank you, Brown Geyser.
What the hell is this, Jay? Why?
I just pulled the first picture up.
Why would you do this? Look what Jay put in the chat. He posted a picture of Vin Diesel.
I had it on my computer. I just was like clicking on it.
Why do you have that on your computer?
I have like I was using it for something. I don't remember.
Wow.
There's a picture of Alex Stein.
Oh, you could put emojis in there too.
But why Vin Diesel?
He's a good actor. I like.
He's not a good actor.
What are you talking about? The Riddick series are top tier.
He's got one good movie that you could say he's an actor in, and that's A Man Apart. Everything else, he's just Vin fucking Diesel.
You didn't like Riddick?
No.
Well, then you're wrong.
I love the Fast and Furious movies, but he's not a great actor. He's just Vin Diesel in them.
He's great in Riddick.
No. Anyway.
Pitch Black was awesome. See, Chad agrees with me.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Chat, please agree with me. My channel's dying. My channel is dying.
Yeah.
Someone said I'm stroking it to Vin. I don't know about that. Hey, someone put a capybara in there.
That was me.
Sorry, we're talking local.
Happy birthday.
Chat. Thank you. I agree with Jason's Jim. Thank you.
YouTube has to have that, though. It'd be insane.
See, look, Ryan has Paul Walker pictures.
That's not a Paul Walker picture. God damn it, Ryan.
What do you mean? That's a Paul Walker picture. JM.
I just enlarged it.
JM, the elite fan, says between his athleticism, innovation, Frankensteiner, and promo work, I'll die on the hill that Scott Steiner is the greatest pro wrestler of all time. Also, every time Ripper calls someone fat, all I can think of is Steiner's "this fat son of a bitch, he's fat" promo.
I mean, Scott Steiner. So he said he would argue Scott Steiner's the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and no planet is Scott Steiner the greatest. I love Scott Steiner. He's a legend. No, there are only, depending on how you want to break it down on like great wrestler, because you can do it from a, you know, who is a better technical wrestler, an in-ring performer. There's only like two answers that I'm willing to accept on an in-ring performer. Shawn Michaels is the best ever, an in-ring performer. Bret Hart's right there too. Just overall,
he only came into his
own
own when he became Big Papa Pump. Like
the overall scope, there's only two wrestlers that I think are the greatest of all time that can be considered, and that is Ric Flair and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Ric Flair and Stone Cold, those are the two GOATs. That's it. Those are the guys that transcend it in within the wrestling world. Like they take things to another level. So it's either Stone Cold or Flair. Those are my two answers for best ever. Obviously Hogan's in there. Hogan was an objectively terrible wrestler, though. He was a terrible wrestler. He was just an iconic name, and he was a real-life superhero. And look, Hogan he's the most impactful face and villain. You know what I mean? Face or heel. So you got to give him credit for that. Nothing but respect to Hogan. But
Fantastic Mr. Knox for 5. Talking about Taco Bell, I find it surprising Australia has it, but Canada doesn't. Weird. Australians in general are a little bit cooler than Canadians. So maybe.
Well, I have to clarify. Like, I just say Canada, but it's probably just where I am that we don't have it.
Loser. Christopher Arcella for 5. Jay's right. Vin was awesome in Iron Giant, one of the best animated movies.
Oh.
What was
that? I thought he was gonna say. I thought he was gonna say Riddick.
Like, we gotta, Krista, you gotta clip that as some kind of.
I thought he was gonna say Riddick. Man, it's late, man.
It is late, yeah.
It is late.
Well, yeah. There was a farmer, had a cow, and Goofy was his name. Oh
man, that was funny.
Salty Taurus Rex for 20. Sorry, I haven't been able to catch most of the streams and donate. Been busy working, volunteering to help flip MA into Massachusetts into Ultra MAGA. Is that Massachusetts MA? Yeah. But it doesn't seem like we're winning. We recently got 50K signatures to get on the ballot. If illegals can have driver's licenses. There you go. Thank you, Salty Saurus, for being here.
Question, yeah, Salty Saurus is great, so I appreciate him. Now, if you're not a locals, if you don't pay, like, can you still see the stream?
Yeah, you
can see everything as long as I didn't make it supporter only.
Correct.
So okay, that's good to know, because I know I'm not asking you guys to go over there and pay, but I'm asking you to at least get some entertainment from, some of our members and us over there. But I just follow is all I'm asking for. Just follow, and you can see everything we're doing. So,
Bethany for $20 says first time seeing Alex knock over that abortion sign. I loved it. Thank you, Bethany. Mr. Reese for 10. That female in the Rangs of Powerless trailer looks like Satan in the movie The Passion of the Christ.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Ooh. All right. Thanks, Phil TMNT. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah. East Coast Toasty Boy for 3. We need both Alexes, Jones and Stein, on the same TMNE stream win. Also, your legend Alex trolling the whole ass city council. That's a level unforeseen. I was dying. You're my hero. Notice me, senpai.
I may have to make that a Rumble exclusive if I tried to pull that one off. Whew.
Yeah.
Let's see if this stream's okay for the week, and then I'll consider.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine if I got both of them on here? Holy shit!
Nuts.
And then I get Salty Cracker too. Just go ahead and blow it all up. Just go ahead and blow it all up.
Alex demand Salty Cracker.
When we hit 1,000 paid members on locals, I'll do it, because I don't think my channel's going to be here the next day.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
If I take this stream, I don't know. I'm sorry, Ryan. I know you're tired. If I take the stream and I put it on my locals and I turn on live chat, and I could just communicate with people in mine, from this same. Okay.
Yes.
That'd be kind of neat. You just kind of keep it. Anyway, go ahead.
Zenny Biscuit, for one, if y'all are looking for a topic for Sports Wars, Preakness winning trainer Chad Brown arrested Thursday, later released. Two-time Triple Crown winner Baffert on court for appeal over Derby. The Travers Stakes is Saturday. Well, thank you, Zenny Biscuit, for always keeping us updated. Dab the Great for 5. Want to know how bad She-Hulk Attorney at Law is? Spider-Man No Way Home is returning to theaters next week. Disney's pathetic and won't be getting any more money out of me because I know there's some ulterior motive behind their decisions. It's interesting that it's coming back.
Yeah.
And Knock Maman with a bunch of dollar super chats. I know I'm late. Didn't have any money to talk about it. The whole controversy surrounding the word squaw pissed me off. Not the SJW crap, but it's that you guys had never heard the word before. Well, I had. Considering the fact that it's used in pretty much every Western movie, it means you've never seen any Westerns. That's un-American. That's so un-American. I was attempted to call the INS on you and have you all deported. Instead, I'm going to do what the weebs and give you some recommendations. First recommendation, McClintock stars the #1 Western star of all time, John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, and Yvonne DiCarlo. It's a good entry to the genre because it's a slapstick comedy and it's a Western. Second, it's filled with fistfights, anti-government, pro-individual speeches, ethnic jokes, and women being spanked for men being too independent. Ryan will love it. Sounds good to me.
I mean, I've seen my share of Westerns. It's the word just didn't... have I heard it? Potentially, but, you know.
John Thomas for 5. Vince Can't Act, but Riddick Trilogy still excellent. Hail Jay.
Thank you.
There you go. And
thanks for the super chat.
And we're all caught up.
All right, we're all caught up.
Yeah.
Tuesday night's main event, another one in the books. We had a great night tonight and had a lot of fun having Alex Stein on Primetime 99. Please go support him. And yeah, again, thank you all. I know that, I try not to do a ton of, like promoting and things like that. But after them taking Tuesday night's main event down last week and for the weird reasons why they did it, I'm more focused now more than ever to kind of build up, other stuff. And obviously, like I said, Rumble's been great to us, and so has Locals. Have been really cool. And I'm definitely wanting to work with them, but I'm gonna be very critical of them because I think they need it. I think they need to hit. Like right now, they're very focused on, Steven Crowder's on our platform. That's great. Yeah, every other fucking right-wing person is too. You don't need right-wing people. You need gamers, you need nerds, you need anime, you need cosplay, you need somebody changing their fucking spark plugs, you need shit that made YouTube relevant. So yeah, great, Crowder's on there and Crowder's getting a lot of people, great. That doesn't fucking matter. You've got enough right-wing personalities over there, and so we need to get more content that is going to be pop culture like and shit like that. So that's the whole point behind it. And so we're going to work really hard to try to do that. And, obviously I like Odyssey as well too, but I haven't heard from Odyssey. I haven't talked to Odyssey. I've talked to Rumble. They're talking to me. I like that. I like that they want to talk to us and they want your feedback. They're not talking to me because they like me, by the way. They're talking to me because we have all of you watching and they know that and they appreciate that and they want your feedback. So just keep that under consideration. Other than that, what do we got going on? Anything? Anybody streaming after this? I don't know if I will or not, but anybody?
I wanted to give a big shout out to Drew Hernandez for having me in studio at Turning Point USA Studios for Frontlines with him yesterday. That was fucking awesome,
man.
Go check out Drew. He's got all of his links up on his Twitter where you can catch the show because it was just too edgy for YouTube. So now it's on Rumble. It's on the Real America's Voice Network, which is massive. So it's very cool. Go check that out. I had a lot of fun with Drew.
Dude, that's awesome, right?
It was a great show.
It was it was a lot of fun.
Bouncing off each other, so much energy. It was really good.
Yeah, that was very
Drew's
cool.
great.
And Drew is the fucking man. Got to hang out with him a lot in Vegas and yesterday. And also, big shout out to Meta PC. I went to their headquarters while I was down there. For the TPUSA stuff with Drew as well. So I got to hang out with Zach for a while. We talked, got to see the whole warehouse, the whole operation.
That's awesome.
It is insane, like what they're doing there and how much they've grown and how much they're going to continue to grow. And we got to see a lot of the unique builds that they have going on. So, I always talk about Meta PCs, whether you buy something from me or something from them with my code or not. just go check them out and support them and retweet their shit and promote their stuff. Really fucking good dudes. So,
yeah,
that's all I got.
Green-haired anti-liberal, I beg you to throw those comments all over our Rumble channel and our locals channel, because I will be screenshotting and linking back to all of your complaints so they can hear it. I want you guys complaining a lot on Rumble and locals on Geeks and Gamers so we can pass your complaints along, because I 100% agree with you, by the way. I 100% agree with you.
She said will do.
Thank you. Money Wilson has tipped $1 over on the live chat on locals. Nice. Read me and take my money. Thank you. I appreciate that, Money Wilson. And yeah, so good stuff all the way around. Great night. I appreciate Alex coming on. Appreciate Ripa. Can't wait for him to get 500,000 subs. Great job to Krista and to Steph. Again, I want to say thank you to Gary for rocking the Geeks and Gamers shirt today. It looked really fucking cool. Best he's ever looked, just to be honest. And, you know, if you want to look as good as Gary, you can go to 221B Tactical and get your own Geeks and Gamers shirt. Jay, happy birthday. He is 17 years old now. So if that shave, that's all you look like. So yeah. And Ryan, appreciate it, man. Ryan's a fucking trooper. This dude's been out there just doing all kind of stuff, and he flies right in, jumps on main event, crushes it. Dude's a fucking machine. So thank you guys.
Just trying to stay on the grind like Primetime
99. Shout out to Odyssey. I see you. I appreciate you. I see all of you. Did we get the Odyssey chats, Krista?
Did we get the Odyssey chats?
JM the Elite Fan for 5. Let's see.
You can go through it.
I'm trying to, when I click, there it is. Hang on.
Yeah, I got that one.
You got that one? Okay, Brown Gaijin, we got that one.
Yeah, I got the Scott. That was the Scott Steiner one.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. I love you over on Odyssey. Appreciate you on Rumble. There was one Rumble rant that came in. Did we get that one?
Thank you, Jess. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
They don't hold that. They don't like save them very well on Rumble.
I have one announcement to make. After 4 years, I finally finished this. My graphic novel is finally done. That's why I took like last week. Last week I just disappeared to just like get it done with the artist and the creative writer, and like now I gotta find a printing company to print me out a sample. It's freaking done.
Awesome, Jay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That was like that's. Thanks, Ryan.
Sorry.
I need sleep. I need sleep. We gotta.
Yeah. Go to bed, man. Go to bed.
Yeah. All right.
No, talk. I should have muted. My bad.
No, it's fine. It's kind of funny.
Not break.
Finally finished.
Not break on Rumble rant. If Alex Stein doesn't dress like a wrestler confronting that Captain Crunch looking mother effer, I think most people will be disappointed, even his Kentucky Fried boss. Thank you, Not break on that. Appreciate it. Yeah, the mobile app does suck. I see you on Rumble. Their mobile app fucking sucks. Please continue telling them it's fucking terrible. Like, it's fucking terrible. So
Barry Chan just destroyed me on Twitter.
Well, you know.
Oh, happy birthday video.
Happy birthday.
No, with Vin Diesel. God. I just retweeted.
But yeah, great job everybody tonight. I appreciate all of you. No promises on a live stream tonight because we'll see. But other than that, have a great night, and we will talk to you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Happy birthday, Jay.